me more. I don't care. Just give me filler, whatever you want to call it. So in my breakdown, I said that Sam Witwer was at minute 13:07. So yeah, Sam actually confirmed. He tweeted me back. He said, "Yeah, that's not me."
Yeah,
like,
it looks a lot like him though.
It looks, dude. Everyone in chat, I didn't even pick up on that. Everyone in chat during the watch party were like, "It's Sam Witwer," and I'm like, "What? Where?"
Yeah.
And then I looked back. I'm like, "Oh, whoa, yeah, that's him with a wig." I guess not, dude. I mean,
yeah, those extras and just that whole set on in that town was so terrific, man. I really loved the crate dragon, and we watched it again like yesterday, last night, and that scene going from the cowboy showdown like scene with Cobb and the Mando, right into the scene of the crate dragon like coming in and all.
Very cool.
I was like, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Like
I got
awesome.
something to say though. I didn't understand why they made the crate dragon like a worm.
Yeah. I don't really know either.
He's not supposed to be a worm.
Yeah, I don't know. In some versions of him, he's very worm-like. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's been different versions of it.
But I mean, they took that right out of Galaxies, man. They took it out of KOTOR. Like it's just like, he's supposed to be like this giant lizard.
Yeah,
and it's like he's a worm. And I was like, okay, switching it up. It's fine. And then the pearl. And
I thought one of the coolest shots, like when he goes up into that mountain. And he's like up top in the mountain with his head up there, and he's spraying all the acid down there.
Was cool. Yeah,
that was so, dude. And I love the mythological side of having Din slay a dragon in episode 1. Like, to me, as someone who really loves like myth and that philosophical side of it, you've got your main hero, and what a way to introduce growth.
Yeah.
In season 2.
Yeah.
To have him literally slay a dragon.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's really, really cool.
Because he struggled with the Mudhorn in the first one.
Right.
And then now he's like, he's leveled up a little bit and he's going off to
dude, I'll say.
Yeah.
And he actually gets eaten. That's another thing that's really cool. There's some mythological stories, like, Jonah and the whale and things like that, of actually getting eaten by a monster as well, right? So he literally gets eaten by it and then like flies out of it, and man, it was so epic. And I think too, from what I've seen, most people love this episode, even if they're not necessarily crazy about Boba coming back.
Who the hell's not crazy about that? I've been waiting for that since I was like 6 years old.
No, I know, dude. Trust me, I'm on cloud fucking 9. Like, I'm like, let's go, like Boba. Like, I'm so excited. But there are a few out there, my friend, a few that are not super pumped that Boba is coming back, and they view it as like just fan service.
But he came back in like all forms of Legends and EU and everything. Like, there isn't one single story from when George was around where he died.
Right. And why does he come back all the time?
What? Because he's Boba Fett.
Exactly, because he's badass. Everybody loves him. Like, everybody loves him. So
well, I mean, it's like people are like, oh, I have no problem with Darth Maul coming back. It's like, well, Darth Maul came back because fans really... That was a fan service move. Boba coming back I don't think is a fan service move. That's just true to his character. I mean, he's a badass. He's a bad mofo, dude. He cannot be killed so easily. And then we saw, that when his jetpack gets hit, it has a malfunction where he just like takes off, which is kind of like what happened. It is
funny how it is funny how Din just does that too. Just and Timothy Olyphant. One other just total random comment that I wanted to make, and I was wondering if you had this same thought when you were watching the episode. When Timothy Olyphant took off the helmet for the first time, and he's just flaunting, dude. I mean, he looks great, right? I'm pretty sure this is the episode that Pedro threw a fit during. He probably like threw a fit, threw his helmet
just
down,
pissed off. Be like, yo, what the hell? Why does this guy get to take his?
Right, exactly. He's like, this dude isn't even a star of the show. He gets to have his face seen the whole episode, and they're fluffing up his hair. How does he come out of the helmet with his hair looking that good? It doesn't make any sense.
That was jelly, man. That was some nice hair.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like perfect. And so Pedro's probably got fired up during this episode.
Do you think any of that was true? I still don't know.
No, it's confirmed. Right, yeah. So it's confirmed to have happened, but it was definitely overblown. Like, whoever... Basically, it happened and was resolved. And things happen
So he
on
was
set,
probably
man.
like, hey man, like, can I take my helmet off too? And then people were like, Pedro Pascal walks off set,
Yeah,
absolutely pissed,
something like
fired, quits.
Well, also too, you remember that Christian Bale video from a couple years back
Yeah.
where he's freaking out?
Couple years
So
ago, that was
look,
like 10 years ago. Yeah,
was
yeah.
it? Oh
I
shit.
I think so.
Well, I mean, like my point is that when you're on set, man, and if you're a professional, especially as an actor, like this is the thing about an actor, from what I can tell, and I'm not an actor, but I imagine that like getting in that zone
Yeah,
is very difficult,
yeah,
and any little exterior thing can throw you off. And it's maybe not even so much the exterior thing's fault, but that's where your focus goes, and you're gonna.
yeah.
So Christian gets all fired up about that. I'm sure Pedro, like, just to be completely honest with you, I don't think Pedro's a bad guy or anything. I'm
I don't
sure
know him.
I don't know him either, but I'm sure he felt awkward being in the biggest show on the planet, and his face is like never seen. And in the Entertainment Weekly article that came out a couple of weeks ago, he even sort of jokes about that and makes these comments where, like, the interview says, "You're the face of the franchise," and Pedro literally goes like, "There is no face. It's a helmet." You know what I mean? Like he's like fired up about it. So I'm sure he wants to be seen more, of course.
Oh, I see.
But no, he's not gonna let the show. He's not gonna destroy. Yeah, he's not gonna let the show be destroyed or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just an internal thing, I think.
I don't know, dude. If if Vader didn't have a problem with it, with David Prowse, James Earl Jones, they didn't have a problem with it, which I don't think they did, then. Well, I think actually David Prowse did have a problem with it. He wanted to be the face. He wanted to be the one. I think he assumed.
The voice, right?
Well, yeah, he wanted to be the voice wasn't good, but I think he wanted to be the one where his face is revealed when the helmet comes off.
Okay, sure. Yeah. No, I can understand that. I mean, look.
But this is the thing. It's like I can understand both sides, but I can understand the side of the writer more so because it's to fit the story. It's not to fit your ego. It's not to fit you as an actor or anything like that. Have your face, immortalized, and that does not matter. You are paid for a gig. Do your gig. Be in the suit. Be in the mask. Whatever it is, and that's that. Like
Agreed.
Nothing more.
Yep. 100% agreed. I'm with you 100%, and especially because it seemed like I think Pedro was literally looking at it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like, because
this is all hearsay. I still don't even know if this is legit, but I mean, from what you're saying from that
Right.
interview, it's like, okay, I can understand him being annoyed and pissed off.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. But my perspective on it is that, like, if I was given a job where two other dudes, sometimes three other dudes, would show up and do the majority of my work, I come in and record ADR, and then I get to turn around and do all the talk shows. I get to do all the conventions. I get to be known as the Mandalorian. I would be like, this is the best freaking job I've ever had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I just don't understand if he was that upset. Like, I just don't understand how he doesn't see that side of it. But yeah, we don't have to linger on it or whatever.
Let's change subject. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to get into the deep just speculation on Boba himself?
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a video on this either tomorrow or Wednesday. So Boba has been a Tusken. He's been disguising himself as a Tusken this entire time, I believe.
You think so?
Yeah.
So here's my only counter to that, because I have considered that. My counter to it is, number one, the Tuskens would probably know if he was faking it. Right. And I don't know how their culture works as actually inducting people. But I would assume they'd be able to know if he was faking it. Number two, at the end of the episode, he's wearing he has the gun and he has the club, but his outfit is totally different than the Sand People. It's very dark. It's like dark black.
I'm just thinking that because of the club that he has.
Right.
From the Tusken. So it's like, did he kill someone or steal something or...
Well, he's probably rocking a bantha, you know what I mean? Because that's just the way you would get around in the desert, So he probably killed a Tusken, took their stuff. He's certainly a hermit out there in the desert.
Oh, 100%.
The question is for me, why? Like, okay, so he gets out of the Sarlacc. We can assume it's not like super. It's relatively soon after he got put in. Otherwise, he would get like injured and die and whatever, right?
Right.
So he's out of there. What does he do?
Yeah.
Like, why did he just stick around Tatooine? Why did he let Cobb Vanth rock his armor? Like, why did he do any of this? Like, what do you think?
I think he had to strip the armor off of himself, either because it was, like burning with acid or something like that, or because he wanted to be very low profile.
Yeah,
And then
that's the thing,
the
right?
Jawas found it, and then he obviously Cobb got it from the Jawas, like we saw.
So why would he want to be low profile? You know what I mean?
He's obviously not in his best state right now, so he needs to fly under the radar a little bit. Boba is very stealthy, right? So even in the comics, he's super stealthy. He's not as like brash as Vader, just go in there and force his way through. Pun intended, I guess.
Yeah.
Boba is more like flying under the radar. Like when he was commissioned to go and retrieve Han Solo in the comics, he was just chilling. He would like pay off people to keep their mouth shut, to like go in there or whatever. And then he would go in the bar and he'd be like sitting across from him, whereas Vader just like comes in there, guns blazing, ignites his.
He's more Wet Works, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, he's more Batman kind of.
Agreed. Agreed.
So I could see him definitely being like, okay, you know what? No ego. I just got to put my armor aside for now, and I got to fly under the radar a little bit.
So, okay. So let's go through this then. So we don't know too much about Boba's actual like motivations and intentions around the time of the original trilogy, right? Like we've got
big
some
shout out to all the super chats. We're gonna get to them in a minute, guys. I see you, TWE 4KE. I don't care. Boba is dope AF. I agree, man.
Indeed,
appreciate that, buddy.
Sir. So if he's just being the bounty hunter, and that's his thing, right? The notorious bounties. He wants the loot. He wants the acclaim. He wants the fame.
Yeah.
Getting Han and taking Han to Jabba was likely a massive payout.
Yeah.
Massive payout, right? So he's got this massive payout, but it looks like he's now living like a rat in the desert. So again, why? Like, I'm trying to put myself in the headspace of this character and be like,
well, bro, he was probably massively beat up. I mean, what I'm thinking here is that we kind of got a little bit of a hint that the Sarlacc, sure, it's this big bad, but it actually is a peasant, so to speak. It's the prey, so to speak, to the Krayt Dragon.
Right.
So I'm thinking Boba gets eaten by the Sarlacc. Krayt Dragon comes in, eats the Sarlacc that Boba is in.
Yeah.
Sarlacc's dead.
It's like there's always a bigger fish.
And we saw the Beskar. We saw Din Djarin's Beskar had all the acid all over him, but it wasn't being deteriorated. So I'm thinking Boba is the same in that sense, but he obviously had more cloth around him. He didn't have as much Beskar, so he had to get rid of this stuff immediately and wander around naked. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then eventually find some
clothes.
I
agree with you. And I like these are all the thoughts that I'm having, right? So like my thing is, then once he heals, once he's good, then why? Then why is he letting Vanth rock his gear? Why is he?
Maybe he didn't know.
But he's keeping an eye on him.
Maybe now he's kept an eye on. Maybe now he knows where he is because of all that commotion.
I mean, it's possible. It's certainly possible. But the vibe I got at the end, and we really don't know, right? But the vibe I got at the end was like, dude,
he's been watching.
Boba's been watching this whole time, and I think he knows. So let me ask you this. Let's take a step back. Who do you think Gor Koresh was talking about when he said there's a Mando on Tatooine?
I think.
You think it was Cobb? Because both actually work if you think about it.
Yeah, I thought he meant Cobb. I didn't think he actually meant Boba.
It's very possible. But the only thing that makes me think he was legitimately talking about Boba is, number one, they make it like a really important point at the beginning of the episode to like hammer home how good this intel is. Meaning, like, Mando says, I've been to Tatooine many times. I've never seen a Mandalorian. Gore's basically like, no, there's definitely one there. My intel is good. And then when he goes and asks the bartender about a Mandalorian, they have like no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So like the vernacular of Mando is used by Gore to identify a character that is in that area, but nobody in that area that we saw really knows about a Mandalorian or even knows what a Mandalorian is. So I just don't know. Like, there's just a lot of possibilities there. Like, Gor Koresh could know that Boba's there. Because here's the thing that I've been thinking about.
True.
I think it was Boba in episode 5 of last season.
Me too. I've been saying that since it came out. I go back to my breakdown. I've been saying that, and people were like, "It's not Boba."
Right. So
Maybe
if Boba, well, what if Fennec is alive? Okay, so if Fennec is alive and Boba has her, right? If that was Cobb, we likely would have seen Fennec Shand in the town, either in jail, tied up, or whatever, because she's rumored to be in the show. It was like the hashtag show broke it a couple of months ago that Ming Na Wen is going to be in Mando season 2. So
really?
Fennec is back. Yeah. So is Boba running a secret anti-imperial coven of bounty hunters with Fennec? Because remember, she turns on the guilds. She's one of the most notorious guild assassins. But for some reason, the guild is now hunting her, right? And she just happens to go to Tatooine to hide. True. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the answer is, but I'm like really intrigued, bro. And I'm so happy that we're able to have these conversations and like geek out about this rather than like complain about things or, talk about.
Oh, I love it. I'm so happy. It's great. Boba is not a Mando. Right.
Yeah. We can get into that too.
Yeah. So, actually, yeah, let's get into that. Let's go for it. A lot of people were confused in the watch party. I'm like, yeah, Boba's not a Mando. Django's not a Mando. Yeah. Django is not a
mango either, actually.
Yeah, he's not a mango. He's not so, in the Clone Wars, as one of you guys mentioned, Satine actually says that, yeah, Django is not a Mandalorian. We don't know where he got that armor.
Yeah. I think it's Almac. It was the Almac character who was the puppet leader.
The oldie.
Yeah, he was the puppet leader of Death Watch, I'm pretty sure. And so let me give you my perspective on this, because I actually went down a rabbit hole this weekend trying to like research this and figure it out from the EU perspective. I had assumed that Boba and Django were both Mandalorians in the EU as well, but that's not actually true either. They were not Mandos then either. And so one of the things that I was like researching was there was these constant rifts that keep happening in Mandalorian culture where you'll have the very aggressive war conquering side of Mandalore, but then there'll be other people in Mandalore that are like, hey man, we should be a little more passive. We don't have to conquer planets. Yep. And there's also like there's brutality in their culture. So a lot like Spartan, right? So like Spartans, if a kid was misshapen, they would have hucked him off a cliff. You know what I mean? Like I, as an infant, would not have survived Spartan culture, right? I wouldn't have, right? They'd be like, this fucking guy, he's out, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Yeah, point being, that inflection keeps happening. That inflection keeps happening in Mando culture, right? And so you're gonna make me lose it. And so
I'm just seeing like a little baby Josh, like
don't hook me off the cliff. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, he talks, but I don't know about all that. Yeah. Point being, Django comes from a group of Mandalorians that were actually on the passive side. They were not considered true Mandalorians by a group of Mandalorians at that time that were trying to preserve the old ways, okay? Very much akin to Death Watch, very similar. And so Django's father and those people were taken to like a little village, right?
Yeah.
You can't stop seeing baby me.
Dude, yeah, it's over. Yeah.
And Django's father is killed trying to protect them from the more like violent Mandos. So my point is this. A lot of the Mandalorians that we know are going to be in the show, like Bo-Katan, like Sabine, and they all come actually from that line of
Moff
Mandos.
Gideon too, I think. I assume.
Yeah, well, I think he comes from the more brutal side of Mandalore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Vizsla was the house that killed Fett's father, Django, right? So Vizsla has always been more on the side of like the war side. Tar Vizsla maybe not. Like Tar was able to unite the people. He was a special being. He was a Jedi, you know. But Vizsla has always been on the side of the brutality for Mandalore. So the question is that Boba's in to this story now? Because these other Mandalorians are also on that side, right? They all come from like the Satine side where they want, and I think Bo-Katan's actually the perfect blend because she's badass and brutal, right? But she's also kind and compassionate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you think about that?
She's
that,
like
I
the
think,
Qui-Gon.
Maybe, yeah, exactly,
kind
exactly.
Of. Yeah.
So I think that could be Boba's in to the story and actually being brought into the fold of Mandalore, and he might be given like a new chance to become a foundling and get brought into their culture officially.
A foundling now that he's like 40-something.
Yeah, and he's already been trained in the ways of Mandalore because his father would have trained him in like
the ways of Mandalorian.
Ways of Mandalore training. Yeah. And Jango was a badass. So Jango, despite coming from the more passive side, was just incredibly gifted. You know what I mean? And just was the badass.
Superior. Yeah, that's why they chose him.
Yeah.
So okay, I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
But this whole thing with cloning, like, do you not see the theme of the Mandalorian? It's all about cloning. Baby Yoda cloning. We got Boba back. He's a clone. It's like, let's not forget, he is a clone. He's not.
Yep.
He's not anyone other than Jango. He's just Jango, basically. Just different name.
Yeah. I would love to see that thread picked up on in the show also. Like the cloning. Like, because Rex, you know, is rumored to show up as well. Rex is a clone. You know what I mean? And
what if that was Rex?
So a lot of people have said that you would need to explain to me, number one, why Rex would be on Tatooine alone.
Yeah.
Number two, why he would have his beard shaved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'd need to explain where the other clones.
And he would be older than Boba.
Oh, he would be old AF.
Yeah. Because of his accelerated aging.
Correct. Yeah. Now they might find a way around that actually, anyways. But either way, and by the way, Rex is going to be in the show. You know what I mean? So Rex and Boba might actually come face to face later this season, and I assume they will come face to face eventually in live action moving forward. Which really shouldn't be that much of a surprise.
How do you think people are going to react to Tamora Morrison's voice, real voice of the clones, to D. Bradley Baker's Clone Wars voice, which we've been so used to? But now seeing Tamora Morrison's performance, people are going to be kind of jarred. They're going to be like, "What? That doesn't really sound like a clone." But this is the true, native, real, clone voice.
I think he sounds great in the movies.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean? So I don't think I'll have necessarily a problem. I think more people will draw harsh lines on like Ahsoka, really. You know what I mean? That's the big one,
right?
With her voice,
yeah.
But so okay,
I think it'll be okay.
Can I go back to the Jango thing for just 1 second?
Yeah.
So check this out. What if Jango is Mandalorian, and when Almec said he's not a true Mandalorian, he's like he's doing that thing that the Death Watch, Mandos did, where they were like, anybody that doesn't honor the old ways is not a true Mandalorian. And so to Jango, like he lived the culture, his father was Mandalorian, like he is Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But it's just that those group of Mandalorians say he's not one. Do you think that could be it?
I don't know, man. George always said that he's not Mandalorian, so would they go against that?
So George made that comment. So if you listen to what Filoni says talking about it, because I haven't actually found where George talks about this, it's actually just Dave that's talking about George talking about it. If you listen to what Dave says in there, he even brings up the difference between like being adopted into the culture and the warrior culture, or being like a direct descendant of a bloodline like Satine. So like Dave is even aware, even back then, that he thinks George said that. I'll be honest with you, I think George said that because of the EU. And I think George just liked what they did with Boba in the EU and Jango. And he was like, yeah, that's what it is. Which he has full liberty to do.
Yeah, but they've also said that being a Mando isn't a race; it's a creed.
Correct. Yeah.
So
right, but to the Death Watch Mandos, or to the Mandos,
like royalty, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Royal blood.
Yeah. Right. So certain Mandos because there was one Mando, I think it was Mando the Ultimate, and they've had different conquering leaders throughout time. And one of them was very adamant about that, where he basically told, I think it was either the Sith or Emperor or one of the Jedi generals or something. He said, "You'll never defeat us because we have no planet, we have no species, we have, you know what I mean." And he's kind of like saying what you're saying. He's like, "We're an idea. You'll never defeat Mandalore." But then there are other Mandalorians that are like, "Ah, nah, bro. Like you gotta, yeah, we're we're just an idea, but you gotta follow these ideas. Otherwise, you're not really with it."
Right.
You know. So.
Okay, I could see that. Fair enough. Do you think if they're gonna do something with the pearl,
I hope so.
they're gonna turn it into a lightsaber crystal?
Well, yeah. So people were saying, I thought it was just a quest item that allowed you to get the saber, but apparently it was actually had kyber crystals in it.
Yeah, so
And
you can actually turn that into it is a kyber crystal. It's so because the dragon has acid or it digests, it swallows these rocks, and the rocks get refined in its stomach. And some of those rocks randomly could have a kyber crystal in it. If it does have a kyber crystal, the rock goes away, the kyber is left, it gets refined, and then it turns into a pearl.
Now, somebody was telling me that the saber blade from a pearled lightsaber would be more dense and more powerful than even a natural kyber. Is that true?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, supposedly.
Come on.
Yeah.
We gotta see that. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I wonder what powers the dark saber.
That's what I was thinking. Could it be a pearl? Could it be a Krayt Dragon pearl or something similar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be real badass. Because there's a dark saber in the High Republic they've teased, so it's not some other Jedi after Vizsla did make one. But it was more traditional. The blade is dark saber style.
I see. Did you see my lightsabers?
Dude, I did, and I'm not gonna lie.
Your jelly?
I may or may not have bought.
Oh, you did?
The saber after I saw your shit on.
Oh yeah, dude. I bought a whole bunch more. I'm gonna make a series. My GoPro just arrived today, so I'm gonna be doing like a full point of view, like headset, like running in the city kind of thing, like Qui-Gon style or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the actual saber fighting? Like did you know what happened in France last year?
Huh?
Okay, so check this out. In France has always been very big in fencing. Their fencing is a big part of their national heritage or whatever for sports. And they've also adopted a huge amount of interest for actual lightsaber dueling. So it's very much like the fencing rules where it goes to point and then you break up, and they wear like full gear and armor and stuff like that. But the French government just made lightsaber dueling an official sport in France.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and one of the reasons was because they want to get kids to play less video games and to actually do physical activity.
Cool, yeah.
So I guess what I'm wondering is like, dude, like when do we start
When do we get that, you know?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely want to get on the mat and mess around with some sabers, dude. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd be down. We could create our own little tournament.
Yeah,
we should maybe do that. Maybe have like an online tournament of people like just doing their twirls and stuff like that with their sabers, and we could just we could watch it on a stream and we could vote.
Yeah,
we could
like
have a vote.
And have like inducting them into like the Jedi something
well,
like
and,
that.
Yeah, and the best would win like an award.
Yeah.
It could be either money or an award, or it could be a new lightsaber. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fantastic. I'm gonna think more about that because that sounds great.
Would you guys be down for that? What do you guys think?
And then once we can actually physically be in front of each other, we should all actually saber fight. That would be so fun.
Yeah, I agree.
No, that thing's pretty badass, man.
It is the coolest thing I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Way too cool.
Yeah. And the smooth swing is
The smooth swing is what makes it. All right. So it's like.
Yeah.
Like, how do they do that? You know?
Yeah. And they're getting so good with it.
I've been thinking of is creating my own company.
Ooh.
A very, very high quality smooth swing lightsabers. Yeah, you guys are down for that kind of contest? Yeah, I think
As
it'd
if
be
you
fun.
didn't need Disney to get any more mad at you. Let's do
Oh,
it.
there's no copyright around that. I mean, there's
Yeah, I
nothing
know.
they can. I
But
mean, you got so many companies making sabers. Hey, it's not a lightsaber, it's a saber. So
correct. Correct. Yes. Yes. And saber fighting is officially a sport now. So
yeah, there's no copyright around making a saber. That's for sure.
man, yeah. I was even thinking about like what kind of armor I would make and stuff because you have to have like fencing level gear, but then you can customize it and like make it into your own like
Like
armor.
Mando armor, or like
Dude,
Sith Lord armor, Count Dooku
yeah,
style. That'd be
like you
cool.
can. Some people have gone like it looks great. Yeah, it's really really cool.
That'd be cool.
It's good stuff. Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
sweet.
it's good stuff. So let me ask you this
You're in for the
about the
Saber
boat.
Academy. Okay, yeah. Let's talk over this next week, and we can come out with something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And plus, like, aren't you you're a martial artist? You've done martial arts, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, me too. We could literally design our own style.
I'd be down for
We
that.
could,
Yeah,
dude. Wouldn't that be crazy?
that'd be cool.
I've also always wanted to do Star Wars yoga, combining yoga and Star Wars. I think would be really cool. But what I was going to ask you is, what do you think we're getting the answers for Boba in episode 2, or are they just going to blue balls us on that?
I don't know, dude. The way they set it up, that's what everyone's gonna be waiting for. So
Yeah.
I can't see them not, having a little more incorporation with Boba in there, but they might drag it out.
Yeah, I
Who
was
knows?
yeah, 100%. So like part of me thinks there's no way Din is leaving Tatooine with that armor. But the
Oh
other part of
hell
me
no.
but then the other part of me is like, but he could. I mean, Boba is like a legendary bounty hunter. It's not like he's helpless without his armor, right?
No.
So all it would take is for him to decide. It's like what you were saying. He's Batman, right? So all it's gonna to take is for him to be like, you know what? I'm going after this dude. And
Yeah.
then like that's it. Like he'd find a ship, he'd figure it out, he'd get his weapons, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I want it right away though, dude.
Yeah.
I want it now.
Yeah. I can't wait till Friday. It's like
Yeah,
the
I
new
know,
thing.
right?
What are there? 8 episodes?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. 8 episodes. I saw you
Okay.
got the Boba helmet too. I was gonna say, what if we did the whole show with both of us our Boba helmets
Dude,
on?
it's so funny. I forgot what it was. They work with Hasbro, so they emailed me and they're like, "Would you like a Boba helmet?" Like maybe like a week ago, and they're like, "Yeah, we'd love to send you one for review or whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be cool."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like it immediately arrives like a week out from the show.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they saw that I bought the other helmet or whatever for Rogue for the Squadrons game, and then
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
also saw that I put an order in for the Razor Crest, the Hasbro Razor Crest that's a
Ooh,
pre-ordered thing.
yeah, dude.
Um,
Nice.
yeah, and then so they're like, oh, we would love to say. I was like, cool. And then I'm like wearing it during the stream, and then sure enough, the episode is like all about Boba, and I'm like, and then the ending comes up, and I just lose my mind.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That is pretty wild though that they said it. And look, people had been talking about Boba for months, but I did not think in a million years that it would be episode 1.
No.
And I also didn't think in a million years that you were going to hang out with Cobb Vanth for damn near the whole
The
episode.
whole ep, dude.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And then they're like flying together. Like when they
Yeah.
flew up beside the thing, they're like, bleep, bleep, bleep. And then they're like, I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Like I
Okay,
knew it
so
wasn't Boba, but it was still cool.
it's still awesome.
Yeah.
Just seeing that armor next to Din.
Yeah.
And just, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. Do you think this was like, how good was this episode, man? Like, really? Like, do you think it was
I
like,
rate it a 10.
is it movie quality? Like,
Oh, absolutely.
good?
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
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 It was super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
You
with
can tell I can't wait to like go with my GoPro and start filming. Right?
Yeah, man.
can't. I gotta put it away. I'm getting too distracted.
Show us the moves.
I
Show
know.
us the
It's too
moves.
cool, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially with the soundboard, just moving it around is fun. Like just yeah.
Next level doesn't even make sense. Blows my mind.
Yeah. That's pretty spectacular.
Yeah. Big shout out to Kyberphonic who makes all the sounds, which is cool.
Ooh, nice.
Dudes, the skeleton in the Wormlight Crate Dragon matches the skeleton 3PO saw in the Dune Sands in A New Hope. It felt great for me to see. Yeah, it's true, but I also feel like we're so used to legend stuff where like the dragon is like an actual like dragon.
Yeah.
So I guess you can have different variations.
Yeah.
No doubt who the mystery person was at the end of episode 5. No.
Yeah, there's zero doubt.
Ahsoka.
She looks different.
No, I mean Ahsoka in season 2, episode 5.
Oh,
which is
right.
going to be
For some
directed
reason
by
I was
Dave
thinking-
Filoni.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. Episode 5 of right. Okay, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
For a second I thought you were like, okay, yeah.
Wesley says, "Josh, nice shirt, man. Respect."
Oh, thank you. Yeah, a little bit of DBZ. I like it a lot, man.
100%, yeah, I think I have like a kid version of that shirt I got when I was 6. What was the last? Oh, God damn it, Wesley! The last cheese I ate. Do you think he was hiding as one of the Tusken Raiders who attacked Mospelgo, trying to get his Beskar, but was fought back by Cobb in it? No, he would have absolutely destroyed him.
Yeah, dude. The moment Boba wanted that armor back, he would have got that armor back.
Yeah, so he doesn't want it. There's a reason.
Correct.
Either he didn't find it, or
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a tracker on it though.
Yeah.
Where's the Slave One?
That's another one. Where
Where's the
is
ship?
that ship?
Yeah.
That ship is fantastic. I really hope we see that ship, dude.
That was my favorite ship as a kid.
It's the best, dude.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. We need a Michael Bay trilogy where speeders and starfighters are security droids. Did you ever notice which Mando kicked Cobb's jetpack? Yeah, it made the exact same sound from Return of the Jedi when Han hit it. Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's like a malfunctioning version. I like how they put that in there. Anthony, thank you so much for the membership. This is the way, says Charlie. Thanks, and thanks, Erica. Hello from Great Britain. Hope you're having a great day, man. Been watching for months, and I'm wondering, do you think that the Mando will get the Darksaber? I do.
So do you? Okay, but there's
I think
the thing.
Boba might get it.
Right, but if either one of those guys gets it, that means they're the ruler of Mandalore. Do you think they're setting Din up to be the ruler of Mandalore?
It's quite possible.
It's definitely possible. Because Boba becomes the leader of Mandalore in the EU eventually. Like, his arc right now, like where he'd be at in the comics right now, I believe he actually specifically didn't want the armor, and he was trying to just go away from his old life. But then I think, like, it's either he gets the daughter then, or he eventually gets the daughter, and I think... Ah, man. I don't know exactly what happens, but...
When you have... So the show is about Din Djarin. When you have Mando in the same scene as him, he's completely shadowed.
Yeah.
Mando's completely shadowed by Boba.
Agreed.
It's all about Boba. It's like, if you put Vader in a scene, no matter who's in there, it's going to be all about Vader. If you put Luke in a scene, it's going to be all about Luke. Ahsoka, it's going to be all about... So it's like, I don't know how they're going to make it happen. I don't think they can have them as... It's tough. I don't know if they can have them as allies, because I feel like... Well...
Dude, what about this?
No, you have to have them as allies, because you
Right.
can't have them as enemies, because then if Din kills Boba, you're going to be like, what? But then if
Yeah,
Boba kills
exactly.
Din, you're going to be like, well, we don't have a show anymore. So
Yeah, exactly. So what if Boba sees Din destroy the dragon, and it literally snaps something in him, and he views Din Djarin as the rightful king or Mandalore Ultimate or whatever. And what if Boba, in his path of trying to redeem himself, dedicates himself to putting Din on the throne or something like that?
I don't think he cares. I don't think he gives a crap about that stuff.
He definitely didn't care during the time of the OT, because he's working with the Empire. So
yeah, but he's just
definitely
kind of like a
doesn't care.
man for hire, I feel like. Like, he'll just go anywhere the money is, you know? I don't think he cares.
No, I agree. But in the EU, he becomes not necessarily an honorable leader, because he does like some crazy and shady stuff, but he becomes a good leader. He like actually has an arc and becomes
maybe
like
he's changed. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
I think my biggest question right now is definitely, where the hell is Anakin Speeder? Okay, or Pod Racer? My question is, will Boba be good or bad? That's I think
Yeah.
where my headspace is at now going into the second episode. It's like, where do we see him? Is there going to be a little bit of a showdown, a little bit of a tussle? He's going to show Mando up, maybe get a couple scrapes and bruises, but in the end, they'll shake hands, or is he full on like, there's only room for one Mando, like I'm the real one, like screw you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, that's I think what we're all, wondering about is that exact thing, right? Like, and that's what's so cool is like bringing him back provides all these opportunities, explanations, possibilities.
Yep.
And it's great. You know what I mean? Like, this is great. Like, this is the best part. This is the night before Christmas. You know what I mean? And yeah, you love opening the presents and you love having the presents, but really, it's about the anticipation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So like, This is it, dude. This is us being like, dude, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
I love it.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
great.
theory time, baby.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Have you been playing Squadrons at all?
I haven't played in probably since I haven't played in like a week. I've been like really, really busy.
I haven't played since the last time you and I played, so I think that's like 3 weeks ago.
Wow. Yeah, that was a while ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I think I'd honestly hop on that Star Wars Galaxy server before I would.
I'm kind of bored of Squadrons. I don't think I'll play it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a really fun game, but like that's the problem with like a closed game like that is like they're not really going to add that much to it.
Yeah.
Because there's no financial incentive to, and it's a great simulator.
Yeah.
But you can also tell that EA didn't really take it that seriously.
No, yeah, they just rehashed, the old stuff.
Yeah.
And,
right.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to see a new company take over and have the rights to Star Wars. Yeah.
Well, there's a rumor that exact studio, EA Montreal, I think, or EA Motive, whatever. That they are working on a new Star Wars game. So they could potentially be given something much bigger because they nailed Squadrons and it was like this really, like people really love it. So maybe we end up getting a much deeper, better game by some developers that really do care because of this or whatever, Be cool.
I was hoping it was a new company so I'd be invited out to stuff, but you had to go and crush my dreams. So.
Yo, how does EA still have that license though? Like legit. Like, how did they put out 2 Battlefront games?
Yeah.
That literally, like, the second one might have lost the entire industry billions in market cap moving forward because like countries are banning loot boxes. So how does EA still? I don't get it, dude. I really don't. Like, I have no idea how they still have that license. It's a weird world, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. What's a company you'd like to see take over Star Wars?
So from the gaming perspective, you mean like you're talking about strictly from games?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously the top choice would be like CD Projekt Red, but they are that is just like oil and water, right? Because like CD Projekt Red is like super consumer friendly, anti-consumerism.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So that's not necessarily a great business fit, but oh my God, would I love to see that level of detail and passion put into a great big, into like a big open world Star Wars thing. I would say BioWare, but honestly, BioWare is a shell of itself these days. The old BioWare was incredible. I don't know. I don't even know who really is a part of the new BioWare. Whoever the developers were that made, there's some good, like, I think Rogue. Have you played Rogue Company at all?
Sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
Doc got a skin and the Champions
Club.
Oh, I saw that.
Level. Okay, I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's super fun. You'd love it. But they're great. Whoever developed that, like, it's a clean game, dude. Like, very competitive, very sharp, clean hitboxes, like, just really, really good. So maybe.
What about Rockstar?
Rockstar would be great. Have they worked on much outside of GTA though?
My vote is Bethesda.
Bethesda's good. I like Bethesda.
Yeah.
The only problem with Bethesda is they're buggy. So like
100%. If they fix that, So if they let's say CD Projekt Red and Bethesda get together and they make a Star
Yeah.
Wars game,
Yeah,
I'd lose
no,
my
that would be
shit.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be incredible. And honestly, like you could have CD focus on like that would be brilliant because then you could have like a lot of the mechanical stuff handled by Bethesda because like especially if it's like a game like a with multiplayer and
I'm
like,
thinking like an
balancing.
old Republic, like first
Yeah.
person, open world, open galaxy.
Oh, I'd be all in, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be absolutely incredible. I mean, Star Wars MMOs, like I played the Old Republic for a while and I liked it, but it suffers from a lot of the same things that a lot of MMOs suffer from. Galaxies, was great for its time, but it's dated in a lot of ways. So,
Mm.
I mean, yeah, something like that with an MMO. I love MMOs because even if you only have a little bit of time each week, and you put that time in over the course of like a year or two, like you still are substantially ahead of like new players and people that are coming in, and what you do actually like has weight that lasts years or
Yeah.
however long you play. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the future, man. I mean, I just know that in 20 years from now, when you and I are old, uh, probably
Right.
still going to be young in the game, things will probably look different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think Disney will still own Star Wars in 20 years?
Yeah, I do. But what's funny is like Disney's making some moves right now that I think are focused on securing that, right? So like a lot of what they're doing with Disney Plus and the moves that they're making with their reorganizing and how they attack digital moving forward is going to be a big determining factor in that. But yes, I think they will still have Star Wars. Yeah. Yeah. But they might be a diminished brand too. Like you never really know. Like it's really hard to tell. We're going through an insane change right now for the economy, right?
Everything's
So
changing. Everything's digital and online more than ever.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And so there's no reason that they can't be at the cutting edge of that. Like here's the thing. If Disney isn't still like if they're not still killing it years from now, it's totally their fault. They have way more resources than most companies.
Yeah.
They should be able to pay people to literally tell them the future.
Yeah.
Like, look at the data. Tell me what's going to happen. What do we do now?
Yeah.
Which is probably what they did when Chapek announced all the reorganizing. You know what I mean?
And then it went back to Bob Iger. So I didn't understand that.
Iger was brought in really just as just to get peace of mind to the shareholders. He doesn't actually functionally do much. I don't think he.
It's
really
still
even
Chapek?
did much when he came back. Oh yeah, Chapek's making the calls for sure. Yeah, Chapek and the board.
So Bob's retired, or
Yeah, he's on the way out, dude. He's doing creative. He's focused on creative right now.
what does that mean? Like Pixar?
So, yeah, like he's taking like I assume, and I don't know for sure, but I assume he's taking a lot of different meetings with people like Feige, you know what I mean? People like Kathy, people like whoever's in charge of Pixar, I really don't know. Going after new acquisitions, developing on the media side of things, right? So I think that's where Bob wants to finish his tenure out, doing that kind of stuff, which is the more fun side of the job anyway, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, then pencil pushing, as they might call it.
Yeah, counting beans.
Yeah, which is super boring to me, but
Yeah.
to each their own.
Or whatever.
I would have liked to have seen actually Fox purchase Star Wars. I didn't know. I don't. Well, I guess I do know why they didn't, because George went to Disney first. But
Yeah, well, Murdoch had went to Disney also before, so most of the Fox IP was already at Disney. Or no, that wasn't at the
I don't
time.
think at that time.
But yeah, no, you're right. No, but all that IP ended up at Disney anyway. It's kind of interesting though.
yeah,
Yeah, but I think the two
In the
biggest
end.
shareholders for Disney are George and Rupert Murdoch, because most of the deal was done with stock.
yeah. It was like $4 billion, and it was like a considerable amount of stock. We're like, what did he get? Like 30%?
Yeah, it's something ridiculous. Whatever it is, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I think it's like him and So basically, like technically, when Bob or when either Bob Chapek or Iger go to the board or they address the shareholders, they're technically talking to George and Rupert most of all. Like George and Rupert literally have an enormous amount of sway in things that go on for Disney moving forward. You know what I mean? They don't have like full control and final say. They absolutely do not.
I wonder
have.
what he thought about the sequels.
Who, Rupert or George?
George.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he probably didn't like them, but he probably was okay with the amount of money they made, I would assume. You know?
Yeah.
They really didn't do bad financially. Like,
no, they did great. But I mean,
you do really well.
But I mean,
yeah.
look, you and I do well, and all we do is talk about Star Wars. So, let alone
True.
Star Wars making Star Wars. I mean, what do you think's gonna happen?
Good point. Good point. You know? Disney, you had it easy.
Do you see all the people that rip off Star Wars and like on Etsy and like everywhere and stuff? I mean, like making. Have you seen the Instagram of the guy that owns Ultra Sabers?
No, but I'm sure it's disgusting.
I'm gonna send it to you afterwards, man. It's right like pictures of Ferraris and like Lamborghinis and like.
Good for him, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, great for him, man. You know.
All about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
it's
Star
crazy,
Wars is,
dude. I mean,
it's a massive brand, obviously.
Yeah,
that's
so
why, like,
that's the
you know,
thing.
even, well, you know, all those people that are like, Star Wars is dead, you know, and all that shit. And I was like, look, Star Wars on its worst day is literally more successful and more, it can reach more people and is more valuable, which is really what it's about, right? It's really more valuable than like 99.9% of IP that's out there. Literally on its worst day. Yeah. It's like people get that so twisted where it's like, hey, look, I complained about the sequels. I think that it's totally fine to say that, you know, Disney didn't do the best of jobs with that. But like to say that Star Wars would be dead, or to say that like Star Wars wasn't going to get past that and just make incredible stuff moving forward is so crazy.
Okay, but the people saying Star Wars is dead or Star Wars is alive or Star Wars is what of this and that are people. They're fans at the end of the day. It's no different than me saying something. I mean, it's subjective. It's not objective. It's just I'm just one person. I don't like people forget like, oh, I'm not an authority on Star Wars. I'm just a Star Wars fan, and I've somehow amassed a following that is somewhat decently large, and that's it. That's where the buck stops. It's like I'm not.
Yeah. So
what I say doesn't go. You know.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, and I always like to say this. I'm just some dude on the internet, right? But 100%, I'll say this.
Yeah.
Subjectively speaking, the people that say that Star Wars is dead, in my subjective opinion, they are objective idiots. That's just the truth. I don't think.
Well, I could see.
I don't think I can grant that to someone.
I could see the logic behind saying some of that stuff, because if you look at it from a comparison point of view, before The Last Jedi came out, my views were just for the interest, the peak, everything was just high. After The Last Jedi. Like not even like diagonal, like it was just like straight
right
down. So I can see that maybe from like a relatively speaking viewpoint, but to say that it's dead as in no one is buying anything Star Wars, no one is watching anything Star Wars, no one is interested in anything Star Wars, of course that's wrong. I mean, that doesn't make sense.
No, and I feel you, and I think like, you know, I'm being like tongue in cheek a little bit about, you know, calling them idiots, but the truth is like I think even taking that feeling, like, you know what I mean? Like, even if I were to grant someone, because I absolutely do grant you that. And I think that it was trending down. And this is something that, like, sequel fans got so mad at me, like, before Rise, where I was, like, looking at the data and I was trying to explain. I was like, yeah, look, it's trending down. This is definitely not good. But I think, like, the thing that's crazy is it's, like, the franchise was trending down and still made $1 billion on its movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, I think people that say like Star Wars is dead, or even try to because I saw people out there say, well, it's not dead, but it's going to be this really diminished brand, and it's going to be, you know, it's going to be this thing that like we used to think was really, really cool, but now it's not that cool. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, are you crazy? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Like, that's ridiculous. They put Empire out in theaters for the millionth time during the pandy, and it was the #1 movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Star Wars. I just think it's so crazy that you could be aware of how big Star Wars is, how much it has permeated pop culture around the globe, and think that, Disney making a few corporate cookie cutter movies that lacked the creative vision and the oomph that the ones had before. The IP's worthless now.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. To me, that's like.
Well, I think with the Mando, I think with episode 1, I think Mando season 1, but especially season 2, episode 1, I made a tweet. I'm like Star Wars is back, baby. Like, and it does feel like it's back. Like, people are interested. It doesn't feel quote unquote dead anymore. When all we had to talk about was, The Last Jedi or. Dude, after The Last Jedi, man, it was a very dark time. It was a very terrible.
Yes.
It was so dark that they out of spite didn't go and see Solo, which was a great movie. It was fun.
I actually don't like Solo at all.
You
by
hate
the
it?
way,
Dude, I didn't mind it. I was like, you know what? It's about Han Solo. It's got Darth Maul in it.
Yeah.
What do I care? What's not to like?
We don't have to go down that rabbit hole. I once did a podcast. A slight story here. I once did a podcast with all these guys that are like, they're like. Well, the one guy in particular is like an amateur wrestler, and this dude's like jacked, like yoked, right? And he brings up Solo, and then the whole table's like, "What do you think of Solo?" You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, "Nah, I didn't really like it, dude. You should have seen this guy, man. I thought I was about to get killed. Like, I thought this mountain of a man was about to grab me from across the table and snap me in half."
Over someone else's opinion?
Yeah, over my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But regardless, I do see what you're saying, and I do think that it is back. Absolutely. Like, I would agree with that because it was on a decline, and now I think it's like, I mean, honestly, I've seen some people that didn't like the episode, but it seems really like just fringe. I think the vast majority of people absolutely loved it. And that is the future of Star Wars, right?
This is why I love doing these podcasts with you, because I feel like you're out there, like you get such a consensus of like what everyone's saying, what the word is, and all that stuff. Like I don't have that intel.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the wires, man. I'm doing the many banthas died to get this.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, I think the vast majority of people really liked it, and that's a really positive thing for the brand.
Yeah.
Obviously, winning solves everything, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be winning.
I think so. I think it's going to go well from here. I mean, it can only really go bad just once, I hope. I hope they'll learn their lesson, right? Put a little more thought into it. And when the actors themselves say that there wasn't really any direction, we see John Boyega so fired up about it. It definitely does open the gates a little bit for other fans who were maybe on the fence about like, oh, was it really this? Like, no, there was no sort of direction or anything like that. It's like, well, when the guy himself from the inside, who's the closest to it, says that it was BS, then, well, okay, it is what it is.
What?
I can't argue that.
Yeah, and the one thing, though, that I'll always be really grateful for the sequels, despite everything, I'll always be really grateful that they did bring in a ton of new Star Wars fans. You know what I mean? And even if, like, a majority of them were female or, even if that happened, I'm totally okay with that. Like, I think that's awesome.
Well, that's cool. It was about time it would be a little more female. I mean,
agreed.
Right, like, even in Bob Iger's memoirs book or whatever, it was, he was saying how the statistics showed that when he bought Star Wars, it was predominantly male.
Yeah.
It was all male. So it's great that they have females in there now, but I wouldn't say that it's great that you would change the story to cater to a certain demographic or a certain gender instead of just making a cool story that appeals to all.
Agreed. And I think that, that's one of the things that I think Feige does really, really well in the MCU is, and I always say that it's like he gives everybody their toys, right? Yeah. So, like, when the announcement of Miss Marvel was made, it came with the announcement of Moon Knight and She-Hulk. And the reason that's important is because just announcing Miss Marvel, you leave yourself open for all of those, like, oh, it's woke Marvel and all that, like, the anti-SJW stuff, right? So you leave yourself open for that. But when you announce Miss Marvel, and you also announce freaking Moon Knight with it,
Mm.
those same like grumpy boys as you give them a toy, they're not looking over at the girl like, why does she get a toy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah, 100%.
Feige's really good at that, like giving
Yeah.
everybody in the room a toy. And I think Star Wars should emulate that. Like just give everybody a toy, and then we're not gonna be as
I think,
upset.
yeah, give them a toy, but also don't, just to make your character look good, don't, dumb down the other characters. So if
Agreed.
just to make a female look good, don't dumb down the boys and make them look totally weak and useless, and vice versa, So
Yep.
that's my view on that. And also, I absolutely can't stand SJWs, so
Yeah.
there's also that.
No, yeah. I can't stand SJWs. But my greatest curse in life is that I don't know what I can't stand more, SJWs or anti SJWs. Because to me, anti SJWs are literally they're the same
They're
thing.
SJWs, but just the reverse.
Exactly. And it's
They're
like
just for
it boggles the mind
fighting against it,
and
but they're the same person, in my
they're
opinion.
the same type of person,
Yeah.
right? Where they're just it's like it's scarcity
It's
mentality.
cancel culture.
Everything.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. It's be part of a cause, be part of a collective.
Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
it's very psychologically we can go into it very deep. But
Yeah.
yeah, I am Bendu. I'm the one in the middle.
Yeah, me too. And I'm trying, man. I try so hard not to get triggered by either side. You know what I mean? And I try to stay zen about the whole situation. But yeah, it's very frustrating. Um,
No,
no, not for you. But see, that's part
no.
of the cost, I think, of being. And I agree with you too, because like I should be able to just like walk through it, right? I should be like fucking Neo, right? But that comes at the cost of being plugged in, is that you are a little closer to those barking dogs. You know what I mean? Like being online and, sort of taking a look at it all. You know what
Well,
I mean?
my theory behind that is being plugged in. Then you must be plugged into some sort of a matrix that you're not creating, or you're plugged into something else that they're a part of. In my mind, I'm plugged into my own world, my own matrix.
True.
So
True.
I don't I have nothing to do with those kind of people on either side. I don't
Yeah.
meddle in those things. I don't seek them out. I just don't care. I just
Yeah.
do my projects. I make my things, and I live in my own little world. And I upload and I step away, and that's it.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
do know that you do that. I'm very jealous of that. I'll tell you this. I am just like that until I'm not. So
I
like I'll
agree.
be
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I'll
Yeah.
be just like that, and then one person will say this one thing, and for
Yeah.
whatever reason, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, whew, I get hot, dude.
I mean, I've
So
seen a lot of things, but I've just chosen to ignore it.
mm, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that is the best way. You know what I mean? I
But
think that
also,
is
there
absolutely
have been
the
some
best way.
things which I've engaged in. Depended on my mood, depended on my level of maturity, depended on my age. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, but no, yeah, I can't stand them, so I just stay away.
Yeah, just let it, let them have it, let them have it out. Do you read comments? Like, do you? Because I know you do read comments, but like at a certain point, do you check out of that?
Yeah, I read comments sometimes. Like
Well,
when
I
I upload a
noticed that
video,
like
I'll heart
exactly,
nice
yeah,
nice
very
comments
early
and
on
stuff.
in the video, and I do the same thing. I'll go through
Yeah.
and like heart, yeah,
Yeah, some nice comments and stuff. Instagram, Twitter, I don't really check those all too often, but sometimes I do, yeah. Just to engage with everybody and talk with everybody. But the way I see it is like, if you like my content, I work very hard, and I create my content. I work around the clock to release free stuff for everybody, and I would hope that they would watch it. I hope that they enjoy it, and that is enough for me.
sure, yeah,
Um, of course, I'd love to be able to talk with everybody and engage with everybody, but that's not realistic. And I
yeah,
wouldn't be able to create content if that were true. And also,
true,
by doing that, I open myself up to talking with idiots. And I don't have time for that, or patience, or enjoyment, or interest.
yeah,
So I just do what I do. I upload and I step away. And I just, yeah, if I see some comments when I'm on my phone, cool. I'll reply to it. I'll
yeah,
best be sure. Like, I am not above you. Like, you and I are the same. We're just fans of a cool franchise, and that's it. We're
yeah,
nerds. Um, That's it, you know. But I'm not gonna stay on my phone on Twitter, you know, all day going into these holes and this and that. I just don't care.
Yeah, Twitter's super toxic, and I think we talked about this, but several weeks ago, I took off all the notifications on my phone. So I have no notifications that pop up. I have to open up the apps. So like even my text messages, like I won't
Oh, I've
know
had
if
that for
there's,
years.
dude, it is a godsend.
Yeah, I've had
It
that
is,
for years. I don't.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. The downside is that it does leave certain threads hanging, and sometimes I'm bad at, getting back to people or whatever, even more so than I normally am. But the peace of mind that it grants me is super invaluable. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
yeah. You can't expect to make content and also, especially if you want to, you know, extrapolate that content, not just make, you know, mundane stuff.
Hmm.
Um, you can't be so available. It's just it's not a snob thing. It's a time thing. You can't be every time you get a notification on Twitter or whatever, you see something you want to engage, you get emotional over it, whatever.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just can't. So
Yep.
for years now, I've turned all my notifications off. I don't get notifications on Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah.
Um, that's it.
Yeah. It's
I
beautiful,
don't
man.
check
It's
DMs. I don't check
yeah.
emails. I just do my thing.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's a life that I think is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I live a very similar life, you know what I mean, where like I think, you and I are very similar. Like the YouTube thing is like it's a beautiful thing. It's also kind of like it has its own chains and its own, interesting problems. But for the most part, it does allow you to really live, I don't want to say a stress-free life, but a life where the stress is of your own doing and desires and responsibilities. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like I don't really wake up like worrying about being late for a job, or I don't really worry about like really having to deal with a customer or like a crappy boss or like all these different things that I remember
Me
from
too.
when yeah.
Yeah.
And they're very like those are very hard on your psychology. Something that I had heard and I want to do a little more research on, but I had heard that how I don't know if you've ever had this experience. Maybe somebody in the chat has had this experience. If you're at your job and there's nothing to actually do.
Envious of the lethargic lifestyle, someone says.
Yeah, exactly right. But we're not really lethargic. We're actually pretty active guys. Um, but if you've ever had this experience at work where there's nothing to do, but your boss gets mad that you're not doing anything, and the boss says you better find something to do
Mm,
or look busy, and so
mm.
then there's this
Yeah, I
weird
love that.
game
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on
yeah.
where like you have to act like you're working, but what you're really doing is just acting like you're not taking advantage of the boss, right? And the
Yeah.
boss is like in this, and they've recently done some studies on this where it is like an incredibly damaging thing to your psyche. Like that whole situation, that stupid little pretend dance is damaging, dude. No bueno. And so to be out of that cycle is like a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing.
I'd argue as to what is damaging to the psyche and what isn't at this point. I mean, it's at the end of the day, you're the gatekeeper and you decide what's damaging, what isn't.
For sure.
I feel
Most
like
people operate with their bridge down and the castle doors open. You know what I mean? Like I would say most people operate with their defenses down. And so like for your average person, a situation like that and adding stress in that way is it's like so okay, so like the opposite of that would be that not only are you doing work, but you are doing work that feels very meaningful. And that would give you all of these opposite feelings, right? Of like, feeling like really great about it spiritually, but also like feeling great that you're winning, right? Like that, oh, yeah, we're winning. This is great. But also, I feel fulfilled. I'm doing this thing that I really care about and I'm actually working. Whereas the opposite is like, oh, I'm wasting my time. I'm actually pretending to work just to fool this other human being so that he'll get off my back. It creates this mode of thinking where you're trying to look for the easiest way out of things, or you're trying to look for it puts you in a scarcity mindset, basically.
Right. In that situation, yeah. I mean, well, you're
Yeah.
doing what you need to do to win. So, if the fool boss wants you to look busy, then yeah, sure, I'll look busy. I'll wipe a desk. I'll tinker something. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
give me my money.
That's
I've worked like every job there is.
mm.
Pretty much. So
Man, I would get
I've had
so
some
fired up
shitty
about that.
bosses for sure.
Bro, me too, man.
Yeah.
And there's literally nothing like there's nothing like having a shitty boss.
Yeah.
Because especially if you can't quit.
Right. Yeah.
Because like, dude, that's a different kind of pressure, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You hate, like, I've had situations before where I hate this person. I hate him.
Yeah.
Did you know that something like 16% of workers in the American workforce are not just not doing their job, but they are actually actively engaged in disrupting the business that they work in?
How so?
Smashing shit in the back, stealing, being purposely lazy, hiding in the bathroom, etc., etc., etc. That we have created a system. Oh man, we're going.
I'm pretty sure I've hidden the bathroom, or not the bathroom, the back. I've done that until like a customer walked in or whatever.
Yeah. Who hasn't, dude? I used to have like hiding spots all over the restaurant where I'd be able to hide away. But point being, that's not a good system, dude. Like where we have like 84% of people hate their job. Like 50% of people aren't even really trying at their job. And then there's 16% of those people that are actually putting in effort, but it's at the fall of the company. It's crazy.
I feel like we're just going some super crazy direction here.
We are.
Psychology and all that I feel like is relevant to Star Wars, but now I don't know where we are.
Me neither. I'm lost. I'm lost.
Yeah, let's bring it back on track.
Bring it back to Boba.
Yeah, bring it back to Boba, back to the Mando. I mean, it's been an hour 15 we've been talking about this now, so where I was wanting to go after we started talking about SJWs and such was Ahsoka's integration with Boba Fett, and if there is going to be any integration at all. I think obviously we know Tatooine's not the only world that Din Djarin's going to be on, since we've seen in the trailer that he's on probably what a lot of people thought was Kamino, but we know it's actually Mon Cala, most likely. Where he finds what we think is Sabine.
It's possible she's not even in that shot, though. That could be a digital fake.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, she might not even be in there. Yeah. No. We definitely think that that's where he's going, is Mon Cala, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't think that was Sam Witwer in the episode, right? Just to confirm.
No, I don't think so. No. Why would he lie? You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for him to lie.
I know. It just looks so uncanny.
Yeah, it does. It looks a little taller than Sam, though. Isn't Sam, like, short on the... Maybe not, actually.
No, bro. I stood next to him. He was, like, I think at least 6'1".
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Huh. It's weird. It's when you see... Yeah. Did you see him and Rahul tweeting at each other about playing Squadrons together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I've been messaging Rahul a little bit, actually.
Reaching out to him? That's cool. Yeah, he seems like a cool dude, man.
He does, yeah. Seems like a guy, but he's just successful, that's all.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm taking us off track. So you were talking about Ahsoka's thing with Boba. Now, remind me, because you're more the Clone Wars guy, she has some interactions with young Boba, right?
Yeah, little Boba.
Yeah.
Little Boba.
What are those interactions like?
Well, I'm waiting to see more of them, because we know Daniel Logan said that there are some unfinished ones that they have voiced altogether.
What?
Yeah, supposedly, right. Well, there are a lot of arcs of the Clone Wars that we haven't gotten. So Son of Dathomir, all that.
Son of Dath, dude. Have you ever read the comics?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Insane, dude. Him being all strapped up and stuff by Sidious, and then Dooku coming in there and just kind of taunting him, and then him getting saved by Gar Saxon and all that. I think.
Yeah, dude.
How could you not put that in there. And then he's fighting
Yeah.
all the droids. Like, come on, dude, make
Yeah, it was
it.
super badass.
Make it. What the hell is this?
Yeah. And I love the Mando armor with the Dathomir horns.
It's the coolest.
Yeah, dude, it really is.
It's the coolest. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very Maul-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love to see more of
I
that.
think we're going to get a mention of Maul, too.
Certainly, certainly. I mean, especially with, man, especially bringing in, like, once you bring in Bo-Katan and Sabine and, potentially Ahsoka and all that, you're bringing in characters that have had all those experiences. You know what I mean? So, like, absolutely, like, Ahsoka could mention them all. Bo-Katan could mention them all. Like, a little line like, there hasn't been a monster that had the dark saber like this since Maul or something, something like throwaway like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
Technically,
But,
it is, it's supposed to be his. It's not like, I mean, Ezra just kind of took it.
True, he did. Yeah, he took it from his little chill pad or whatever, right?
Yeah, took it from his chill pad, then it was on Dathomir, and then it was just,
Yeah.
it was,
He basically like went into his man cave and was like, "That looks cool."
yeah, he's like, thanks.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah,
That
see
kid,
you later, bud.
Yeah.
Then he gets offed by Kenobi in like 2 seconds.
I know, right? Yeah, but Kenobi was just too smooth, man. He was too smooth with that strike.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to get him with the thing again, just like he did with Qui-Gon.
I know.
And he was like, "Oh no, I see what you're doing." And he went right through it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the way Sam Witwer explained it. Yeah. And the way Freddie Prinze Jr. explains Maul. I didn't love the way he explained it. I thought that was very aggressive and just
a little aggressive,
rude to fans, but everything he said made sense and was
and the myth of Sisyphus is like one of my favorite stories. It's such an interesting story. So I think Sisyphus fits perfectly for Maul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. But what do you think that Ahsoka and the integration of Ahsoka into the show? Because I got to be honest, man, I'm getting this feeling that with Ahsoka, that episode may focus on Bo-Katan and Sabine more than it does Ahsoka. And I think we might just see Ahsoka.
That
we
would
might
be good.
see her. Yeah, I don't really think Ahsoka's going to be doing much this season.
You can't do that. Shoot her or something. You can't.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you.
You can't. They can't do that, man. You can't put Ahsoka in there and not focus on Ahsoka. I mean, what the hell?
Bro, I'm telling you right now.
It's going to be like what they did with Luke.
Yeah, but it's not.
But at least Ahsoka won't be like a. Imagine, dude. Just imagine Ahsoka's like this like sad hermit. Be like, no, I've cut myself off from the Force. I can't fight anymore. No, I just can't. Yeah. It's like.
And then she's drinking the titty milk and all that. Yeah.
What? Like.
That'd be wild. Yeah. No, I agree. Look, Ahsoka's going to go on to do amazing stuff. Like, she's going to have her own show. She's going to be in other shows, I think. We're going to see her. But...
So what? She's going to have her own show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the rumor?
Oh, yeah. No, that's been a big rumor for a while, is that Ahsoka... Well, it might not be technically an Ahsoka show, but that's what they're calling it. It's a live-action Ahsoka show. And that's absolutely... Like, when Rosario signed, she signed a big contract, dude. Like, a big thing.
How do you feel about her being signed and not Ashley?
I think it makes perfect sense. Ashley is an incredible human being. Ashley has an incredible voice.
She's one of the sweetest people I've ever spoken to.
Yeah, she absolutely is.
You're genuine.
She simply lacks the physicality that is required for the version of Ahsoka I think they want to do. And Rosario fits that physicality well, I think. I think she's more of an intimidating frame. I think Rosario is much bigger than Ashley. I think Rosario has more exotic features than Ashley, which, is literally important for, prosthetics and the design of that character. I think Rosario is the move. I think it makes a lot of sense. She was fan cast before that because people thought she was
for years, man. Yeah.
So, and she's taken some really funny photos with Hayden Christensen. She's a big Star Wars fan, so she has photos with like Hayden Christensen as Anakin and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, look, I love Ashley.
She's great.
She's great, but no, like I have complete faith that Rosario is the one, and we're all gonna love her.
I think she's gonna kill it, man.
Dude, yeah, I think so.
Do you think they're gonna ADR Ahsoka's voice?
No,
Ashley's voice?
no,
Like they
but
did
I
with
would
Maul?
hope. No, I don't think they would do that. But my hope is that Rosario will try to find a voice in her performance that is more similar to Ashley's voice. I would absolutely desire that. Like, bringing
It's
it
like my
up a
50th
octave.
yawn, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
What
I'm just
were you
very
doing
no.
last night?
No, dude. I slept for probably 10 hours for the first
Dang.
time in a while. Yeah, I slept good. I slept early. Slept around 3:30, and then woke up at like 1.
Mm,
Feel
dang.
good. Yeah.
Feel good, but you're still kind of like just
I'm just really relaxed. I'm really zen. I'm really
yeah.
chill today. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah. I
Nothing
just
wrong
feel
with that.
feel very like sloth like. Went for a walk for an hour with my dog and came
Nice, dude.
back. Yeah. Had a
I
little
had
bit
taken like
of pho soup.
there you go. I
Yeah.
had taken a bit several days off the gym, or I got back in the gym today, and man, that day back after you've taken too many days off, whew,
Yeah.
it's a little rough.
Yeah, I went last night, and then yesterday, or what was it, day before yesterday, I went for a big hike up the mountain. There was
Nice.
snow, and yeah, it was great. So I'm gonna get in shape now. I think that's my goal. So
That's the goal,
yeah,
to get jacked.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to get in really, really good shape too. I slacked a lot early on in COVID, but
Oh yeah.
luckily able to snap out of it, and I've been pretty diligent.
Oh, I was
Uh,
having cheese puffs. I was having like just pizza. I was just junk, just comfort stuff, just lazy. Yeah, it's just what COVID does. But I don't know. Yeah, something snapped, and I'm just like, I think I was watching my face too much in live streams, where I was just like, wow, my cheeks really. No, I think it was some comment. Someone said that I have very smooth feminine features, and I was just like, okay.
and you were like,
I was like, oh, that's
"Hey!"
it. I was like, well, because I have decent features. I have like a jaw and I have cheekbones, but it's like they can't.
Yeah.
I hold tons of fat in my face, so it's like if
Oh,
I have
dude,
some
you're
salt
talking
or
to the
something,
fat
it's
face king, dude. I'm the fat face king.
yeah.
That's why he would have thrown me off of Sparta.
Yeah, I get a moon face very easily. So no more,
Yeah, no mas.
no more,
Yeah,
no
no,
more
I'm
moon
with you.
face.
I'm with you. I don't want it that either. I wanna get nice and fit.
Yeah,
And I think it's an important part of life too. You know what I mean? Not to go down another rabbit hole, but I really do think people should be physically active.
they should be. Yeah, I mean, look at Maul. Look at the Jedi. They were all fit. They were all healthy.
The Greek philosophers were all jacked, dude.
Yeah,
Like these were very intelligent, deep thinking people, and they believed that there was a mind body connection where you needed to be as physically fit as you could to be as mentally fit as you could.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you this too. Also, scientifically, the more muscle you have, the more ATP you have, adenosine triphosphate, which is your
Yeah.
energy in your cells.
Mhm.
So, heck, pack on
Yeah.
the muscle, baby.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. Dude,
More
for
muscle
sure.
you got, more ATP you got. So,
Yeah, man, you got that power.
yeah. I mean, you'll have to feed yourself a little more high maintenance, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Just eat good food and eat it more often, and you'll be
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
This is the way,
Truth. Facts.
dude. Do you think we're gonna get a new version of the Jedi Mandalorian Wars, or like a conflict like that between the Jedi? Because here's why I asked this: the Jedi, since literally 77, have been dope, and
Yeah.
everybody knows what the Jedi are. Permeated pop culture all over the planet.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the Jedi.
Yeah.
Mandalorians, recent new kid on the block, pretty cool. People like it, but
Well,
not Jedi,
I
right?
think now that with the Mandalorian, let's go season 2 or 3 or something. If they do an Old Republic movie or show, they're gonna have Mandalorians on there, and people are gonna have a newfound respect for them.
Yes, exactly. So let's do it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I want to see Jedi Mandalore like battles, like legit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and the Sith too, because like it doesn't necessarily have to be the Jedi, because the Sith, like really, there at one point the Mandalorians and the Sith are allies, but then like later on, like the Sith like screw them over and like get them hidden on this planet for like 17,000 years, and it's like really bad. So like, dude, Sith warriors versus like Mandalorian warriors, like, whew.
Well, they're sitting on a gold mine here, in more ways than one, more than just financially. But the lore wise, I mean, if they create something with an Old Republic timeline, you've got literally Skyrim pretty much, but in a show. You've got Game of Thrones in a show, Lord of the Rings in a show. It's Star Wars. So I mean, you got the Jedi, you got the Sith, you got Mandalorians, you got, I don't know, literally every other alien sect, species, whatever you want, all in one. But right now we can't have that because the Jedi are pretty much gone, the Sith are pretty much gone. It's all broken up, so it's really only one faction, right? But you go to Old Republic, let's get them all over again.
Yeah.
But in abundance, you know.
Agreed.
Not just one or two.
And I don't understand why that's not on their priority list, because like think
Maybe
about
it is.
Like
maybe it is. I don't know.
maybe it is. But like I just find it so interesting that like Disney, the company that totally like understands merchandising and all that, like they literally created a trilogy with 2 lightsabers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that's nuts to me. Like, that's nuts. The reason there was only a couple lightsabers in the OT is because the technology wasn't there. As soon as it was, George was like, let's get these mofos flipping around.
Yeah.
Maybe they should all know
Battle
Keto.
of Geonosis.
Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand why they would. Well, and like you said, maybe they are. But, yeah, like, come on, man. Like, go either do that in the High Republic or, like, go back to the Old Republic and, like, give us a whole slew of these characters. And you want to talk about a dope video game. Playing a video game in that kind of a sandbox, that's nice. That's really...
God, why am I so just like...
What have you been drinking over there, dude? You're like,
I don't know, dude. Yeah, I went like... I think I'm too chill. Too relaxed right now. Yeah.
Too chill.
Yeah.
This man is too chill right now.
Too chill right now. Yeah, I'm going to go on the gaming channel, play some games tonight.
Dope, dude. What are you playing?
I'm feeling COD. Yeah. Actually, I got to finish this series called the Dark Anthology. Little Hope. It's a horror game.
Sounds scary.
It's a horror game, yeah. So I'm almost done with that. Been playing co-op live streams with my buddy Desire, so it's been fun.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that's cool.
Let's answer some super chats before I fall asleep.
Go. Go.
Do you think tomorrow we'll be playing both Boba and Rex? Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Hey, Den of Theorists. Your fave Wookiee here. What up, Nick Wookenstein? Remember in the trailer, Mando's ship looks all beat up. What if Boba chases him off of Tatooine with the Slave One and Mando barely escapes? That would be epic. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. But I really think Mando's going to team up with Boba.
Yeah, I think so, too. Eventually. Yeah. I mean, they could have a conflict.
I think they're going to have a conflict. But... Absolutely. Yeah. But I think they're going to team up, and I think... the New Republic actually seems to be hunting down the Mando, which is weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
So, what about Ubisoft? I know people say no, but I feel like the vibes of the old AC games, Unity also, and the potential with Watch Dogs, I don't know, they could do well.
Could be, but it's very similar to the BioWare thing where it's like, look,
who made
that
Assassins?
The same BioWare? Well, yeah, but like,
it's
is
Ubisoft,
that the same team? Yeah, but like the OG Ubisoft team, like, you know, making the first game, second game, whatever. Yeah. But usually what happens in the patterns of these companies is like it gets super corporatized, and then some of the big leaders leave and they go do indie work or they go do something else. And then basically it's just Ubisoft in name. And a lot of the people that started there are no longer there. That's what happened to, Bungie and all that. So.
Right. Which company made, which studio made, what's that game I love? Detroit Become Human.
I don't know. Offhand, I really don't. I have no idea. But I've heard that game's dope. I've never actually played it. Oh, snap.
Luke Skywalker.
I love the leather on that, too.
Yeah, it's Starkillers.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna upload my review and unboxing of it tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, I caught the stream, or I was watching a little bit of the stream where you were swinging it around.
Oh, on the gaming channel?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Why didn't you say hi, bastard?
Sometimes I just
lurk in the shadows.
Yeah, because
Like a
like,
Sith?
look, I love saying hi, but like sometimes like I'll say hi and then it becomes a whole thing, and then I'm like distracting from the fuck. I don't, I don't want to do all that. I just want
No, dude, do it. What? Yeah, do
to.
it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Well, next time I'll say hi.
yeah, absolutely, dude. No, there's no. I'm not like that. The spotlight must be on me. Me.
Right on.
It's all about me.
All about me.
Yeah, no, no. Okay, we got a lot to answer here.
Oh shit.
Hey, Star Wars Theory, what's your opinion on the notion of Boba and Jango aren't truly Mandalorian? I feel like we went over this.
Yeah.
If not, how would this change Mando's view of him when he meets Boba? Oh God, is a Mandalorian? What's wrong with me today? Is there like some condition where you yawn too much? Like what? Can someone
Dude.
Google this? Am I dying?
No, you're not dying. You're good.
Is Mandalorian a bloodline or just a culture? It's just a culture. But as we spoke, yeah, we covered that. In season 1, episode 2, set up the struggle of the season. Yo, Emma, what up? How's the Ahsoka costume? The Mudhorn protecting the egg equals Mando protecting the child. I think this episode is the same. Dragon Pearl, Baby Yoda will be captured, and Mando will have to rescue him. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That would be cool. So here's something interesting. People have been posting that there's a chapter 10 synopsis that's on Google that appears to be accurate. Well, we don't know if it's accurate, but it says
Chapter
the
10.
Mandalorian must. Yeah, chapter 10.
Right.
Yeah,
Episode 2.
correct.
Right.
And it says here the Mandalorian must ferry a passenger with precious cargo on a risky journey. So, like, is this dude just going to Mon Cala? Like, are we just, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what makes me think maybe we won't get the Boba wrap
Hey,
up.
what if Boba's been what if Boba's been hired to get the child?
Yeah, but again, like, how? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't necessarily make sense with everything else contextual.
Well,
like,
how would that dude know that?
Right? Maybe. Yeah, you're right. It could be. Yeah, could be.
Moff Gideon.
I mean, Moff
paying
is yeah, he's a possible explanation for a lot. I mean, hell, he can even be the explanation as to why Boba goes into hiding. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible that he knows once Palpatine's gone that like that dude's gonna take over, and like he doesn't want to.
Right.
Like
I saw in an interview with Mr. Esposito that he is the continuation of the Empire or something like that. He said,
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think he views himself as the new emperor. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Pretty chill. Which is, I mean,
a lot of
that's
questions.
something we've been.
A lot of questions.
Yeah, and that's something I've been particularly curious ever since I read. Actually, I think it's at the end of Lost Stars, where it's described that when the Battle of Endor is over, many within the Empire, whether they were a Moff or a high-ranking official, they sort of like took it upon themselves to just become like self-appointed emperor. And there was a lot of infighting between different factions within the Empire, and that has always intrigued me because that feels very Game of Thrones. Like different, like imagine literally different imperial sects warring on each other.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So if we get to see something like that with him, that would be great.
Be neat. I mean, I just want to know is he with Moff or is he against Moff? Is he with the Empire or is he against the remnants of the Empire?
Correct.
It's like,
yeah, that's
what's the dealios?
Yep.
What's up, Josh? In theory, I heard Favreau said every episode was similar in length. Kessel Run Transmission said in a recent live stream, "Wow, that'd be amazing,
dude. Get out of here!
I'd be so happy." Boba is a warrior. He could have been saved by them. Now is a tactician replying, repaying a debt to the Tuscans who saved him. Oh, interesting. Right, but in Legends, I mean, maybe they could go that route too. Is Dengar saved him?
Dude.
Do you remember that? He pulled him
yeah,
out.
and if we
actually,
get
you know
Dengar,
what, guys? Stay tuned. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to release a video on how Dengar saved Boba Fett.
Beautiful. Yeah. I would love to bring in some Dengar, dude.
That'd be neat. Maybe that part was Boba Fett's only cameo. Hell no! What?
Yeah.
Could you imagine how pissed fans would be?
I think could be the only cameo for a little bit, but you're crazy if you think they're just going to let that.
Know he's looming in the background. We won't see him in episode 2. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe he's following him. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Maybe I keep hearing about A Force Unleashed 3. What's that all about? Me personally don't think it's going to happen. No, it won't. I mean, I wish it will, but I mean, they would have to make it canon, and they just don't. Here's the thing, is why don't they just make stuff and say this is not canon, but here it's cool?
I've always wondered that. Like, why wouldn't they just keep creating
Like, why is it so
Legends?
strict? Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's Legends. Totally. But why not just make more Legends?
Yeah, just finish 1313. Finish the Darth Maul game. I mean, why? Why are you holding it?
I don't know, man. Feels weird.
Like, you're gonna make money from it. Just say it's not canon. Like, what's the big deal?
You make Are they worried that they'd make so much money that then they'd be like, oh, well, why do we do this anyway? You know what I mean, or something like that.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't really get it.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe sometimes they're I don't know what goes on in there. I mean, so I can't really say anything. Maybe Boba gets partly blamed for Jabba's death, and there's a bounty on his head now. Easier to hide in plain sight than go through the effort to hide. That's also an interesting theory.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I mean, everyone thinks he's dead. So, where do you think Slave One is, and who has it? Hondo.
Wouldn't that be interesting? Well, that's another thing, is we don't really know what's going on at Jabba's palace, right? Like, did other gangsters and warlords take over? Did another hut take over? Because, we can assume it was parked out back of Jabba's place. So who knows where it's at now?
Right.
Hopefully it's hidden in the desert and we see him, like, get in there and friggin' go after him.
Like that fan film?
Phew, that'd be
cool.
sick.
You
dude.
saw that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, search up Boba Fett fan film, guys. There's like a minute long or 30 seconds. I think Boba Fett will be reborn, different good.
Huh?
I don't know about that. I think he meant Cobb because he was interested in the Beskar, not the person. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so he's saying that Gor Koresh was more interested in the armor. Yeah, which is totally possible because, there's something in the book where I think Cobb Vanth actually fights off bandits that are coming for the armor. So could even be Gor Koresh. And,
maybe.
Yeah, could be.
Dude, I love this. Like, it has the sound. This is Return of the Jedi Luke's sound. Are you able to discern the different sounds of lightsabers? Like, I know a lot of people can't figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know if I could.
Really?
I could try. What? Like, give me an example.
So this is his sound.
Yeah.
Right, and then like.
At last we will have our revenge.
Here's Maul's.
Nice.
Do you see the difference?
Yes. Yeah.
Master Qui-Gon.
Right, like this sounds different than the other green.
Yeah.
Luke's,
Yeah.
Right, so here, listen to this. Here's Qui-Gon's. Okay, now we'll go back.
At last we will have our revenge.
Sorry.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Huh. I don't think I could. I mean, like, I could definitely tell that they were different, but I don't know if I could actually tell you the which person they belong to or whatever. Have you ever tried to get someone to guess the flavor of Skittles blind?
No.
I have this theory that all Skittles actually taste the same, and people just make up the flavor in their head. And I've been proven that people are not very accurate at telling me what their Skittle flavor is.
We should do that on stream one day. I'd be down.
We should. That'd be kind of fun.
Did you order one? You ordered one, right?
I ordered one, yeah.
From where?
I ordered it in the style of Kanan's saber, though.
Oh, cool, man. So you gotta do a video. That I'm a huge collector now. I'm like obsessed.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Well,
it's funny. I've been collecting sabers a lot, but I'm also starting to collect. I've actually started training with actual katanas. So I've been training Keto and or kendo rather, sorry. And so I've started collecting actual katanas and then like wooden practice katanas, like bokens.
Yeah. Me too.
So dude, I have so many swords right now. I have 4 sabers next to me. I've got 2 practice blades, and then I've got my actual blade right there. I've got a couple swords now, yeah, and the new one on the way.
It's weird. We're kind of similar in that sense. I ordered some katanas, like plastic one and wooden one, bokens, and it's like long ones too. A few months ago.
Nice. Yeah,
Just bored.
I really like the sword. It is very different than a lot of other weapons I've used previously in other martial arts. I'm more used to things that are more evenly balanced, and like the katana is really a slicing weapon, right?
Yeah.
So like its weight and its weight distribution is very interesting. Um, but I like it a lot. So I'm having a lot of fun practicing. So it's cool stuff. But yeah, we'll have all the swords up in the academy that we
Yeah, it'll be
that
fun.
we end up
Yeah, we
making.
should definitely do that contest. We could figure out the rules for it and just
Yeah,
push it out there. Yeah, I think it'd be neat.
it would be cool.
Would be cool.
Pretty cool, man.
Hey Theory and Josh, just wanted to let you guys know that my short film is halfway through the editing process. I'm sorry I couldn't get it out before Mando season 2 dropped, but no, it's coming. Awesome, man. Good luck with it, Dan the man.
Hell yeah, Dan.
Kill it, dude. Boba could be
Yeah, man.
trying to stay low profile and hide from someone.
Yeah,
He could be
Possible.
allowing Cobb Vanth to wear the armor to distract everyone.
also possible. I
Yeah,
just want to know why.
But he gave it to the Jawas. He didn't give it to Cobb.
Well, the
Jawas
Jawas may
found
have
it.
just picked it. Yeah, the Jawas. I think in the book they just find it in the sand.
Yeah.
But like,
In like a
I'm
chest or
just
something.
staying. He's got to know. Like, I feel like he knows what's going on, and he's like, there's a reason that he's being restrained, or that he's restrained.
Mike Zero is a true Mandalorian.
Right on.
He is, yeah. He is. The pearl could be used to make Baby Yoda's lightsaber. Wouldn't that be neat?
Ooh, dude, that would be so cool.
In the next few episodes, do you think the theory of Fett killing Luke's aunt and uncle will come to light? Think back when Vader said no disintegrations when... Yeah, so that's a theory I've had for a while. It was also in, like, I think an EU... something, was it? Or was it... Did I just...
I mean, that would be cool, but
But
it
how
also
would that...
like,
This is, like, way after the fact. How would that...
yeah, I don't know how it would tie in. Yeah.
Yo, Vagabond, thanks for being a new member. Callista, what up? I kid you not, when I watched the season premiere of Mando and I saw Boba's silhouette in front of the twin suns, I screamed so loud and was freaking out. My reaction was the same as yours.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I love
that's
doing these
good.
reactions, because it's like my reaction is just saved. The first time I
Yeah.
watch it is going to be the only time that it's going to be like my first time. So it's like I'll
Yep.
never have that same reaction again.
Yep.
Will Boba and Din fight for the Darksaber? That'd be neat. I want to see them fight together.
Me too. Yeah.
And then I think they're probably going to kill him off.
Yeah, we'll see. I actually wouldn't be surprised if both of those characters get held on to,
That'd be
You know?
great.
because it's kind of like George, Han wanted, or Harrison wanted to die, and George was like, I can't sell toys when a character's dead,
Yeah.
and so if they're following that example,
Why
I
do you
mean,
wanna
they
die?
just brought.
'Cause he
What's
didn't
that?
like it, right? He wanted to die.
Yeah, he just wasn't feeling it. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Different strokes, different folks. You ever seen a thing where the guy hands him the Millennium Falcon made out of Legos that took like 60 hours and he throws it over his head?
No way.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny. It was like
It's not
JJ
real. It's not real. It can't be real.
It's real, bro. Look it up right now. It's crazy. It's like it's during a talk show. I think it's like Stephen Colbert or something. He's with JJ, and the guy, dude, this thing gets me every time.
No way.
It's so
I think
funny.
that's
Dude,
staged. All that shit's staged, man.
Nah, he probably like wrote him a check for a couple grand after the show. But when you see the guy's reaction, like, it doesn't look staged, dude. I'm telling you. It's pretty funny. I think it like perfectly sums up his feelings about Star Wars.
I find him talking about it. I don't find him actually doing it.
Here, let me see if I can find it.
Oh, Harrison Ford drops Millennium Falcon.
Yeah,
So let me mute you for a second so I don't get.
Yep.
It's muted anyways. Hold up. Is that real?
It's real, dude.
Let me bring that up on the screen here.
I'm telling you, it's real. People are saying it's like staged.
Jesus, that's got to be staged, bro. No, he wouldn't be
think it's
such a
real.
jerk.
Yeah, but imagine if he gave him like $5,000 after this.
Nah, it's staged, bro. It's got to be staged.
I mean, look at the guy's face.
Yeah, acting.
Maybe.
Theory, I've been watching your channel forever, Josh. Now I'm hooked on your channel and streams too. Keep up the great. Hey!
That's dope. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey! Love your content, man. If you ever want some new music for your vids, I have literally nothing else to do. So, oh, cool, man. Thank you. The Star Wars Talk Show. Thanks for the... will we see the planet Mandalore in the show, says Paul? That'd be neat.
I think eventually, yeah. Why not?
Austin says, do you think Mando will have possession of Baby Yoda by the end of the season? Something bad happens, and how much was your Corbin saber? So this one was about 1,000.
God damn.
Yeah. Just about.
Yeah.
A little under. It was like 700 US or something. 600,
Nice.
670.
Yeah. That's like really nice, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's Star Killers, so really nice quality. I've never had anything like this, so I'm floored, and I'm gonna be making content with it. So
Yeah, man. Are you gonna cameo in Vader 2 with it?
I'm gonna be Vader, unmasked.
Nice.
So, but I'm still up in the air about that.
About what? Being Vader?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, there's some very serious acting that goes on. So I don't know if I can pull that off.
Well, you can screen test it and try, right?
Yeah.
Give it a
Yeah, I'd
shot.
have to like go to a very dark place and really pull some shit out for sure. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Like method acting.
I don't know. I'll just have to really feel the scene and really because I have it in my mind and I know how it looks in my mind. And the way it looks in my mind is super cool. Really emotional. It's going to make people tear up, but yeah, I don't know if I'm capable of that as an actor because I'm not an actor.
Right. Yeah.
So
no,
yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I want a good performance. I don't care if I'm in it.
True.
I just want to make it. But
True.
we'll see what happens. Might be able to do it. We'll see how the test screenings look. Have you read Takes on the Bounty Hunters 1996 by Kevin J. Anderson? It has a prequels canon version of Boba Fett origin story. I think I've read parts of that, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I just remember reading something that was prequels about Boba.
Yeah, I can't really recall that at all, so I don't know.
Maybe I haven't. I'll have to look into it. Tales of Bounty Hunters. No, I remember. I don't know. Boba was hired to get the child and is using the armor as bait to bring the Mando to him. interesting theory, but then Cobb would be in on it, and then how
Yeah.
would he get the?
Yeah, there's a couple of
That's
gaps
too much
there.
crystal ball work right there
Mm-hmm.
for him, like seen into the future and all that.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever read the Republic Commando novel series? In one of the books, Cal Skiatra, I have not read it, and someone else tried to use one of his clone sons, Muriel, to replace Django and become the next Mandalorian.
Well, never read it.
No, it's cool. Boba, I said Bobbins. Boba will probably want to capture Baby Yoda. I don't know, dude. Why? Why would he care?
Yeah, why?
Why would he give a damn?
That's the thing. Like, why? Doesn't make sense.
Hey,
Especially if he's been off the grid this whole time. Like, he's just gonna come on and be like, "Yeah, I'll take the biggest bounty." Or, I mean, maybe, but
do you play Knights of the Old Republic?
yeah,
Do you want to play that together? We can stream it together.
yeah, that'd be dope, actually.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Absolutely,
We should
man.
do that
Go
maybe
through
like
that
once
again.
a
It's
week
been
or
so
something.
long since I played.
Okay,
Because you can do that, right? You can do multiplayer with that.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Not with the Old Republic, but Knights of the Old Republic, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Maybe the New Republic is chasing Mando because they found out Boba is alive and is on the Razor Crest with Mando. Now that you've seen Rebels, how do you think Gregor and Wolf survived Order 66? Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Well, they weren't. They're not chipped, so they don't.
They all
They
had
survived.
scars.
Yeah.
They all had scars
Well,
on their head.
Right. So
Which-
we see Rex get
De-chipped.
yeah. They all get de-chipped around that same time, and then they don't fight any of the war.
Yeah, but how is the question?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Where were they during Order 66? Who helped them get the chip out, so on and so forth? Or was it later at a later time where they pulled the chip out?
Could be. Yeah, could be. Rex gets his on the ship, obviously.
Yeah.
And then maybe he takes some of his brothers and does the same thing. Maybe.
possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's possible. Possible.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible. What do you guys think?
The power of the dark side.
Damn, that's loud.
No. Maybe. What about Ubisoft? JK, people say no, but I feel like the vibes of the old AC games. Oh yeah, we read that one. What if Anakin Skywalker turned Obi-Wan to the dark side? Revenge of the Sith Part 2. Yeah, I gotta do that.
That'd be
Turtles
cool,
like
dude.
them. I do. Very nice. Very nice. I think
That'd be
Boba
pretty
let Cobb
cool.
run around in his armor because he knows of someone hunting the Mandalorian down.
Could be,
Moff,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, so that's a possible scenario, right? So, like, what if Gideon is of the Vizsla line? He's traditional Mandalorian. He's also a star pupil of the Emperor.
Yeah.
But the Emperor has use for the Mandalorians. And so he's prevented Vizsla, or rather Moff Gideon, from truly taking them over, which is perhaps what the Great Purge is, right?
Yeah, right.
So maybe he's just super bad, and Boba knew eventually Gideon would come for him. And so he's like just using Cobb as bait.
Could see it.
Yeah.
Solo was Disney trying to fully replace Luke and make Han a hero, not a scoundrel. Thank goodness things happened as it did. We have Luke-ish and can get Solo too. You might not like the new book entirely. What new book?
Hmm?
What new book?
Is he talking about the 40, the one you got?
Are you
the
talking about
40?
this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, it's probably dope. I've heard good things.
Yeah. Well, the first one was cool. It had so many interesting tidbits of like Qui-Gon and
Yeah.
Yoda using Qui-Gon's, his blanket was actually Qui-Gon's cloak and all that. Like, that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
The guy at the end of season 1, episode 5 has boot spurs. Does Boba have boot spurs without his armor? No. So maybe that guy was Cobb.
Okay, so Cobb is wearing one spur, and his boots do not
Jingle?
look to be Boba's. No, they don't look like Boba's. And when he hands the armor to Mando, he does not hand him anything from the waist down. So I think Boba still has that part of his armor.
True. Yeah, maybe he just got out with wearing pants, no shirt.
Yeah. But we don't know. We don't
Look
know
up
for sure.
the Ryan Long video when wokes and racists actually agree on everything. It makes perfect sense, can be applied to the realm of Star Wars.
Yeah, that's a whole rabbit hole.
Yeah, rather not.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stay away from all that crap. Nerd Vengers stand up. Iron Nerd and Captain Canada. Marvel couldn't find a better team up. Never stop. Thanks, Aaron.
Nice. Do you like Captain Canada? Is that because I get like the theme like on the channel with the Nerd Vengers and stuff, like I will fly into the live streams in like an Iron Man suit sometimes.
Okay.
So I call myself like the Iron Nerd. And so they're trying to get you to have a Nerd Venger name. Captain Canada.
Captain Canada.
Definitely not the worst.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I could roll with that.
Freaking shield with a maple leaf on it. It'd be kind of dope.
Yeah, just shoot maple syrup at everybody, make them super sticky, and like stop fighting because they're like, "Wow, it tastes so good."
Yeah. This is natural. This is 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, organic.
Only in Canada. I'm Captain Canada.
That's terrific, dude.
I go up to like a villain and be like, "I'm sorry." What?
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
Canadian.
what?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Overly
get it.
polite.
I
I
get
get
it.
it. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Clones had accelerated growth, but who said it didn't stop once they reached a peak age and then aged like a normal human? They would be more effective. Interesting theory.
Yeah. I don't think anybody ever fully said that. There's, and it's a fantasy thing, so anything could happen, right?
Place as leader of Death
Oh.
Watch.
You got to get the sound font, dude.
Yeah. Pretty dope.
The next level is to have one that retracts,
Yeah.
Maybe I could make that.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. That'd be very challenging. I actually
Very
think
expensive.
yeah, for sure. I think the ones from Galaxy Edge are really interesting. They have a very interesting take on the design.
It's so clunky. I got a few of them. It's super clunky.
They are a little clunky. But I think they are. I was actually surprised. I think they're pretty good engineering because it's basically like they have like a chassis thing where the blade can break, but the internal mechanism on the saber itself will more or less always be secure. Where some of the combat sabers are like your saber, right? Like if you were to really get crazy with it, you could damage some of the internal pieces because the saber is not chassised. It's connected right in, so the shockwaves they go directly into the electronics.
Interesting. But it's built better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And better technology, better hardware, better software.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Hey, Theory, you of all people should hope for Mace to be alive, considering they have brought back both Maul and Boba, who are alive in Legends, too.
True.
Yeah.
Good point.
Very cool. Yeah, but we've gotten no word as of him returning, so...
No word. Rumor of the show, but even that seems like it'll be a prequel.
Which would be great.
Yeah.
I want to see more stuff from the prequels. I really want to see them capitalize on that.
Yep.
Why not?
Well, the other thing that was interesting was in this episode, we get a straight flashback. So, Cobb Vanth is explaining his buying the armor, and it's a literal flashback. They're going through events of, the Battle of
Which
Endor.
is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and that, Star Wars doesn't really do that. The sequel trilogy did a little bit, but before that, we never did that.
I'm down with it.
And, dude, yeah, and so in the Obi-Wan show, there's all these rumors of Anakin being in the Clone Wars armor in a flashback.
I'd lose my shit. I would lose my... If I see Hayden Christensen ever again as Anakin, I would I would lose my shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that reaction would look like. My mind would
it's coming.
explode.
It's coming.
All right.
Yeah.
I am the biggest Hayden Christensen like Anakin fan on earth.
Yeah. And we'll see him in Clone Wars armor.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. It's like he's going to be full on Clone Wars armor like he was in the animated show, and we'll finally see that in live action.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Theory. You're just going to see me on screen and be like,
yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, your head will literally explode.
Pop
and then
off.
I'm coming for that saber if it does.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, hey, if I die, you take over the channel.
Oh shit. Well, that's way more than the saber.
Yeah.
But
pretty much. Yeah.
All right, well, shit.
Yeah, I'm not dying, so.
Yeah, don't die. That's too much responsibility.
It's like, yeah, next time we meet up, you kill me.
Oh shit! Right? I told you about my katana.
Oh no! Oh, I guess I got the channel. Wait, what's your password?
It's a verbal agreement in the state of Pennsylvania. Actually, that is yeah.
Second super chat here. Y'all missed the first one. Theory, I love all the content. The notification that you uploaded. A new is the highlight of my day. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Is that a German last name, Haas? Haas! Mein Freund. Theory, please read my first super chat. It's a great theory. I think I read it already. Yeah. So, the way that the soups work on the Nerd Theory podcast is like usually we talk, we have our dialogue, and then when things kind of end, then I read through them. Yeah. What's both of your personal opinions on the Grey Jedi? Super cool. And would you both enjoy doing what? And would you both enjoy that being brought into the writing of the Mandalorian series? Yeah, well, I mean, the Bendu is pretty much Grey.
Yeah, I'd love it. In general, I would like different interpretations of the Force from different types of Jedi or even Force users. It doesn't have to be Jedi. I'm sure that the Sisters of Dathomir had their own perspective on the Force and the dark side and stuff. And although we see them using magic, we never really get an insight into how they viewed the Force.
Right.
And so I think that is a little bit more interesting to me than necessarily the Grey Jedi.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the Grey Jedi, but the problem is Star Wars is supposed to be very binary, and it is supposed to be like good and evil. And when you introduce the Grey Jedi, you really, I mean, pun intended, I guess, you go down this really gray area. And that's not really the message that George wanted, because he wanted kids to be able to like really quickly, easily identify like good guy, bad guy. So it's a cool idea, probably just not really a George Star Wars idea though.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, as Freddie Prinze Jr. said, there's no
such thing as a Grey Jedi.
Yeah.
That would not be a Jedi.
Right.
Yeah.
But then what the hell is Ahsoka?
She's not a Jedi. She's just she probably just
a Force user.
Yeah, exactly. She just probably considers herself a vessel for the Force.
But isn't that a Grey Jedi, basically?
Yeah. Semantically speaking,
like
yes.
They're not
but
evil. They don't go out, seeking evil actions,
But here's the difference. I don't think Ahsoka is learning any dark side stuff.
Yeah.
So like a Grey Jedi, at least like I think the examples in Legends are like imagine if Mace was like, yeah, but what if I just use a little bit of dark side? You know what I mean? He starts learning just a little bit. That's a little bit more like a Grey Jedi. But
yeah,
part of
the
problem is like that. So George's ultimate lesson is every little step you take away from the light leads you to oblivion. Like there is no way to walk away from the light and not walk towards the darkness.
Right.
That's the point.
Yeah. It's like when you start a pack of cheesies or cheese puffs, it's like the pack's gone. Like,
the pack's gone.
You can't just have one.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Top 5 John Williams songs. I don't know. There's a bunch.
Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates, Anakin's Dark Deeds, Battle of Heroes. You know what, dude? Like, I really enjoyed Rey's theme.
Rey's theme is one of the best Star Wars music ever.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And no prequel haters. We're not going over. That doesn't mean like we love the prequel. Sorry, no sequel haters doesn't mean we love the sequels and like we love Rey. It just means it's a good piece of music. It's a really good piece of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little like chimes. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, it's great.
God, I still get chills whenever I think of that music at the end of The Force Awakens and we saw Luke.
Yeah.
And then the literal cliffhanger for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And just for 2 years imagining every day that he'd come back, this badass.
I know, right? Oh, if only we didn't have all that anticipation. He should have cracked a freaking cheap beer at the end of Force Awakens and just been like, this shit ain't gonna go the way you think. And then they should have like, because then our expectations would have been very
He tried
low.
warning us, though, Mark Hamill.
He did.
You know?
He did try warning us.
He's like, this is really not going to go the way you think.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'll never forget sitting in the theater after it was all done, credits rolling, popcorn, janitors coming in, cleanup crew.
Yeah.
Still sitting in my seat, and they're like cleaning around me. Just staring at the screen, literally. Yeah, no joke, staring at the screen.
Yeah, man. It was a weird time. I remember when I got out of it, I would be like, oh, well, this thing, oh my God, this crazy thing. And then I'd be like, oh, but this happened. Oh, this really pissed me off. And then I'd be like, but this crazy thing was dope. But then this happened, and oh, did that piss me off.
I was true Leia Organa belief system there, man. I had so much hope. I was like, you know what, Rian Johnson is brilliant. He's got a plan. Like it's all gonna make sense. Like once episode 9 comes out, I was really, 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 really hopeful, and I believed it.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Well, I was there too.
Yeah.
I believed it as well.
Yeah. What can I say?
What can we
live
say?
and learn?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh well. If Fennec, Shand, and Boba are together, Boba would know Mando went rogue and Baby Yoda is the high-value bounty. This would make Boba chasing Mando not far-fetched.
How would Fennec know about that? Fennec, at the time we meet her, is on the run from the guild. Remember, Telocan gets an orb for her. He's taking the job to go kill the notorious bounty hunter that must have turned on the guild. The guild is searching for Fennec.
Yeah.
So she's not inside the system of the guild. So how would she know anything about the child? I don't see it.
What was the other guy's name? Who was rolling with Mando?
Telocan.
Yeah, Telocan. Right.
Yeah, whatever
The
his
young
name
guy.
was. Yeah, Toro Telocan, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Could
it
we
wasn't
see
bad. I thought
any
it was
new
cool.
force powers from Baby Yoda? I think we're going to see lightning.
Dude, I'd love to see some
I
lightning,
swear we're
man.
going to see lightning.
Whew, can you imagine little like lightning coming out of that baby? Dude, that would be nuts.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like your Starkiller lightsaber, so I just bought 2. Damn, son!
Damn, son, are you shipping one of them to me?
Damn, son!
Yeah, dude. Holy shit. I liked your saber. Bought a dozen of them.
Send me more super chats, god damn it, Matthew. Just bought 2. Yeah. I like your
Right?
saber and just bought 2 of them.
Bought 2 of them, bro.
Do you think Baby Yoda will talk this season? Yeah, it's what a lot of people have been saying.
He kind of made some noises that seemed a little more closer to speech last episode.
He wasn't really in it all that much.
Nah. He has one of the best shots in the show, though, when his ears are getting pinned back in the speeder.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, here we go. Oh, and you know what?
It's
I wanted
cute.
to ask you about this. The scene with the pod racer droids. I think that scene is brilliant. And I think the reason I love it so much is because it brings that silliness, that goofiness in, but it doesn't completely take over. It's just like a little thing. It's a little ode to that kind of fun, to the droids, to that spirit of Star Wars, but it doesn't like derail anything.
100%. Yeah.
And the other point I made, my friend, when I was like talking to people about it was when the dragon eats the one sand thing instead of the bantha, he actually eats the sand person.
Yeah.
That is perfect Star Wars humor,
Yeah.
as opposed to like Last Jedi humor, because Star Wars
Oh, it
you
was
should
so
laugh.
cringe, dude. I remember
Yeah.
watching it. I'm like,
Well, because
what?
because he's laughing, he's making jokes that sort of laugh at Star Wars, where I think the other jokes laugh with Star
Yeah.
Wars. It's it's more natural, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is why, as I said in my tweet, the future is Filoni and Favreau.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
100%.
Man, look when you get to the a good kiss story. I'm mad. It's messed up. It's Disney show BS. What? Man, look when you get to the a good kiss story. I don't understand, Wesley.
Yeah.
I still love that. I think that's my favorite super chat of the night. I like your Star Killer lightsaber, so I just bought 2.
What a butthole.
You're welcome, Corbin's.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You need a link or some shit.
No, I don't think he's a butthole. I think he's just. That's dope, man. 2 of them.
That's a flex, dude. That's a flex for sure.
You think?
Of course. You literally just said they cost like almost a G. Dude comes in and is like, I got 2 of them. It's like weird flex, but okay.
Whatever. In bed, sick with strep throat. Oh, dude, that sucks. Love the streams, and that Darth Maul audio is sick. And I'm getting a double-bladed Maul saber from Rebel Sabers. Oh, I didn't know that company. I didn't know that company existed.
I'm not
Rebel
familiar either.
Sabers. Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Man, I can't wait till Star Wars Celebration in 2 years, dude. And I know 2 years is a long ways away, but like hopefully
If it happens.
Right, if it happens. Hopefully,
Jesus.
knock on wood, things get at least moderately handled next year and we can, have that back again. But like, dude, can you imagine like Star Wars Celebration after like Filoni versus started to happen and people are really excited again and like the hype's there and like, the movie's up and like, dude, you and I will be able to actually like do a podcast in person together.
Yeah, it'd be
and
really
stuff.
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
Man, I love conventions. I love hanging out with fans. Like that's one of the best things for me. So I really look forward to that coming back, and I look forward to seeing many of you people that are in the chat, man.
Yeah, me too. I've only had 3 interactions with fans, and it was the most beautiful experience. So one was at the Vader Fan Film Theater, the premiere, and which was crazy, and another one was at Downtown Disney when I was there. I think there were like 50 or something of you that showed up. I live streamed it, and then the other was at Celebration.
Yeah.
There's probably a few more, but I'm forgetting. But yeah, the other one was at Celebration, which was cool.
Dope.
Yeah. Yeah, which was nuts, man. It was like people were like lining up. I was like, this is crazy. This is so cool.
So wild,
Yeah,
dude.
I think I probably took, I would say, over 1,000 photos that weekend.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, easily.
Dude, that's a good bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun, but I got super sick. So like,
You get the con crud.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I was so sick. I was just like, hey, how's it going?
Dude, the first celebration I ever went to, it was the Orlando one. It was like 4 years ago now, I think. And I drove 18 hours straight from Philadelphia down to Orlando.
Jesus,
and then
dude.
I thought I was going to be able to like go sleep and do like a hotel thing. And they informed me that they were like, oh, if you want to get into the 40th anniversary panel, you've got to go in line overnight. And so I slept on cold concrete overnight after driving 18 hours straight. The next day I got so sick from like con crud and whatever that I had like a fever, but I was like, there's no way I'm missing this shit. So I went to and I got like all this like vitamin B, ginseng, all this like crazy like Asian, probably not FDA approved like herbs. And I was like a freaking potion master in like a freaking Goblin movie or something. Like I was like, I'm whipping all this shit up, dude. I was like, there's no goddamn way I'm missing this. And it worked.
Did it? Did you feel better?
I felt much better. Yeah. I felt like I just didn't want to have like the cold chills, like that. So I was like, as long as I can break my fever, I'll go enjoy the Star Wars. And I did.
Which celebration was this?
Orlando, the 40th, man. It was a beautiful thing. And And we got to sit in the press section for the 40th thing. It was a tribute to Leia. George came out, spoke. It was really, really cool. And then Leia's daughter, or Carrie's daughter, spoke, and she had a great thing to say about Carrie. And then literally, this like wing in the auditorium like opens up, and we look over, and it's frickin' John Williams, and he's actually conducting the harmonic for of Orlando or whatever, right? And he goes through Leia's theme. And like, dude, like everybody's bawling, like everybody's crying, like it was so emotional. And then he continues to play. He didn't just play for a short period of time. He did like a full 5-6 song set. And I got to watch John Williams conduct Star Wars live in a big, massive celebration for Carrie. It was crazy. I'm actually staring at the poster I got from the place. It's like across in my studio, across from me. And it was a magical moment, man. Totally worth getting as sick as I did. But yeah, magical experience for the 40th anniversary. It was really cool.
That's cool, man. I can't imagine what that must have been like to actually see him perform.
We just had no idea that was coming.
Yeah.
And then, I'm thinking, okay, so he's going to play Leia's theme. Awesome. I can die happy.
Yeah.
He goes on to play like the full suite, dude.
Damn.
And it's just like, yeah, it was just one of those.
What was
things,
that like?
man.
What was it like to actually like hear that? Live.
Well, yeah. So,
did you cry?
I cried. I was crying before that.
I would
actually,
cry,
just because of Carrie. Like, and the thing is too, it's like there's a lot of people crying.
Yeah.
Like George said some really nice things about Carrie. It's funny. He said this thing where he was like, people say that like Leia is this iconic character and that Leia did all this stuff for everybody. And he's like, no, it's Carrie. He's like, that was Carrie. And Carrie's personality and her strength as a human being and her individuality and all these different things shined through in the character. And so like, yeah, like Leia's this iconic character, incredible female character, really changing the paradigm, turning things on its head. But really, that's just Carrie. You know what I mean? And like her spirit going through that. So that was like just so cool to hear. And then Carrie's daughter comes out and she's telling stories. And it's just like, how do you not get like all emotional about that? And then when I heard the theme playing and then you look over and you see John. And I mean, he's like, yeah, very much like he's really a general of those people, and you could just tell this very matter of fact and like the way he was like getting those dudes to like pay attention, because it's probably they're emotional too, right?
Yeah.
But they've got a job to do, and so like he gets the troops going, and it was beautiful. I think the thing that's really interesting about watching live music with a conductor is that it's a lot like a record player where it is the same song, but there are differences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Of
you
course.
can notice this organic quality of it.
Of that
and
moment.
The energy. Yeah. And the energy that the conductor brings to it it's really fascinating. And so it was kind of overwhelming, honestly, watching it. But it was one of those things too that you look around, because I just wanted to like take it all in, and I remember looking around and just so many people with their jaws open, people holding their loved ones, people crying, people just, I mean, as a Star Wars fan, it is a moment, and we all knew, we were just like, this is a moment that we're all going to be very grateful that we've had and that we were able to share together, and
Forever.
yeah, forever. Yeah. So yeah, it was very special, man. Very, very special.
Yeah. I wish I was there, man. I wish I could have experienced that too.
Yeah, it was a definitely, yeah, it was like top 5 experiences in my life for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Clone Wars is 21 BBY and Rebels is 0 BBY. The clones seen 25 during episode 2 and 60 plus in Rebels. Yeah, which means they would be... No. Well, yeah, with the accelerated aging, I guess.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Unless it actually does slow down when they're like 40 or 50.
Well, I think they're going to explain that, like, they figured that out.
Because that makes sense. Otherwise, it would be so stupid. Like,
correct. Yeah, it's something they need to get around.
Yeah, like once they reach age 20, they stop.
Yeah.
Accelerating.
Yeah. Or like Ahsoka after, we saw it in Clone Wars. She helps Rex get the chips out of the others and stop the aging thing or something. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Could be.
Because apparently he was in the Battle of Endor.
So I don't think so, actually. Dave originally had said that, and I think he walked that back, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, rather recently.
It's kind of lame that they do say that just because the dude looks like Rex now.
That's exactly the point. Yeah.
But,
so
I mean...
Let me look it up. Let me see.
Whatever. Yeah, sure.
Rex.
If you say it is, then it is. Like, Cobb had at least one yellow knee pad when walking in the door of the bar at the start, but not visible but not visible when handing it over. Longtime viewer of you too. Thanks, Rick. Okay, so he's saying Boba had or Cobb Vanth had the yellow knee pad.
Did he really? I don't know.
I guess, and then he didn't have it whenever he was. Yeah, so I guess he gave everything. I guess he gave everything to.
Definitely possible. I'd have to double check that. But yeah.
Run, Josh is the imposter.
Oh no!
When do you think we will see Boba again? Will he be putting the armor on to fight Mando? That'd be neat. I don't know when we'll see him again. I like the idea of obviously seeing him in the next episode, but I think he's going to be looming over the season now, and he's just going to show up later on somehow at the last moment or something. That'd be pretty cool. Or we're going to see him all, in all his glory in episode 2, which would be neat.
Right, that'd be dope.
But they accept both arguments from both sides. That's the whole point. I don't know what that's in reference to.
He's talking about Grey Jedi with that, I think.
Oh, okay. Imperial Jedi are Grey Jedi. Asteroid Field theme in ESP will always be my fave. Oh, yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, yeah, so there's that, and also the celebration and the theme of when Luke was beating Vader.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the first time they put music in a lightsaber battle.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Fennec told Toro about how she heard a Mando shot up the guild on Navarro. Hey,
wait,
Josh, what? Fennec told that the bounty hunter chasing her about Mando in episode 5, season 1. Fennec told that bounty hunter chasing her about Mando in episode 5, season 1.
Yeah, but does he tell him about Baby? Because he probably knows. I mean, I'll have to go back and watch it. It's possible that she references Baby. But yeah, I don't know. That is interesting, though. I found that quote from Filoni about Rex. Because they asked him, they said, you threaded the needle on the fan theory that Rex turned up in Return of the Jedi. Was that part of your master plan all along, or did you pick up on the fan of the theory? He says it's one of those things that gets brought to your attention. And so he literally says, I didn't want to lay it down in stone one way or the other. Maybe that is Rex. Maybe it's not. For some people, it's fun to believe it's Rex. For some people, it's they don't want to believe it's Rex. I'm fine either way with that, and I don't think I left it in a state where you could believe I've left it in a state where you could believe one or the other. Maybe I'm too diplomatic that way. I don't know. It's not important to my story that Rex be that guy. Rex could fight the Battle of the End of Endor and not be that guy. He could be somewhere else in the Battle of Endor. So maybe it's creating blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's the most recent thing. And I think because of what he's doing with Rex now, that will certainly not be Rex.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So he retconned it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting. Didn't know. Okay. That's cool. Thanks for finding that.
Yeah.
Fennec told Toro about how she heard Mando shot up the guild on Navarro. I'm going to get a Revan one. You should. Do you think Mando will meet Baby Yoda this Friday?
Mando? You mean
what?
Boba will meet
Boba?
Baby Yoda? Maybe. That'd be dope, dude.
I like the idea of him trying to get him. Hired by Moff. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't hate that at all. That'd be dope.
Neat. Theory, just curious what your thoughts are about how they might handle the plot hole with Sabine taking her helmet off and Mando not.
It's not a plot hole.
I don't really see Sabine as like a true Mandalorian. Like,
well, it's funny because
like
that's kind of what
in
we've
that
been talking about this
sense,
whole show.
yeah.
It's like, what is a true Mandalorian? Like, who decides or whatever?
Like, she is a real Mandalorian, but I don't think she's like
Yeah, she comes from House
abiding by
Friend.
the code. Yeah.
Yeah, she comes from House Friend, and also you have to remember that at that time there was no code of leaving your helmet on. I mean,
Yeah.
the Great Purge had not happened.
Yeah.
So whatever that code is where they don't take their helmets off, that is in response to the Great Purge.
Yeah.
Because like that one Mando says, he's like, and now we hide like rats with only one of us going above the surface, which is the whole concept of the helmet, because they never want to reveal how many actual Mandalorians there are.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Look up Star Wars Certain Point of View, A Good Kiss. Ah, that's what you were saying. Interesting. The Dragon Ball shirt is magical.
All right. I'll take it.
My older brother went to a recent film screening of Empire, but they had a full orchestra playing music along with the film for the whole time. What?
Yeah, I've heard about that. That's dope.
How cool.
Yeah. Super cool.
Do you think that Boba is going to be an ally of Mando or his enemy? I'd like to see him be an ally.
Me too.
After a little bit of a tussle.
Yep.
What if the accelerated aging was inside the chip? Oh,
interesting
cool.
thought. Yeah.
Because it would have to do with the brain.
Yeah, right.
How
yeah.
neat.
That's a great idea.
That's swell. Anyway, gotta work, guys. Good night. Friggin' Disney writers, though, man. You'll understand when you read the book. So, how'd you read it already? It's not out yet.
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, who are you, Wesley?
Yeah.
You don't have access to this stuff?
Yeah, come on, tell us. Are you George?
Is this George? Has George
You
been
can tell
asking me
us.
about my favorite cheese every stream
Yeah.
for like the last 6 months?
Dude, what if he... I could totally... That totally seems like a George thing.
I just hope he doesn't hate me.
Nah, man, I don't think he hates you at all.
I don't know. In Revenge of the Sith, the moment Palpatine calls Anakin Vader, Hayden shifts, which some find wooden. If you notice, he speaks the same as Vader would. Imagine James Earl Jones saying Hayden's lines. Yeah, so that's an argument I've always...
Yep.
Yeah, you've heard that argument I've made, right?
I love that argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've said that for years. Something people don't understand is Hayden really took a lot of care to make sure that his cadence was very akin to James Earl Jones.
Yep.
Where does Cad Bane rank in your favorite bounty hunter list? Number 1 for me. Top 5.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Top 5. Yeah, man. For sure. The Kaminoan told Obi Django was altered.
No,
Django's not altered.
You mean Boba, and Boba isn't.
Boba isn't altered.
Clone.
He's unaltered. An unaltered clone.
Mm-hmm.
Curious. Perhaps the chip should stop rapid aging. Boba was an unaltered clone, but they never said if he was aging. If aging was a part of the altering, the clones were altered to follow orders. But I always assumed that they meant that unaltered clone means a clone that hasn't been touched.
Yeah.
So just a clone,
Yeah.
No
A
aging,
clone
no nothing.
would
So
act just like a normal human.
Like a
Would
human.
grow exactly the same as a normal human, unless altered. Yeah.
Sabine was born Catholic and Mando is born again. That's the way I think of it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair, because she'd be like baptized and brought in, and then he kind of comes to the religion later on.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
I saw A New Hope and ESB with an orchestra here in Miami. God damn it, you guys are so lucky. Can we talk about Cad Bane? We can talk about him next time. I'm excited to see where this next episode's going to go. This is the longest stream that we've done, 2.5 hours long.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like it.
No,
I haven't even had to go pee.
I thought we were just closing in on 2, actually.
No, yeah, it's 2 hours 31.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's always fun. It's always a fun time. And we maintained over 2,500 viewers.
The whole
Now,
time?
just now it dipped at 20. What's well, it's 24,900, 24,096 right now.
That's
97.
pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty solid. Yeah.
yeah, with like 3,200 or something like that at the peak.
Yeah, and
which
we were
is great.
complaining about bosses for a while too, and that didn't send everybody away. So that's really nice.
About what?
Remember we were just talking about bosses. We're just like, yeah, we need to have a shitty boss.
yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's cool, man. Seems like you guys really enjoy this podcast, which is great.
Yeah, dude. Which is great because we enjoy it.
Yeah, so if you want to see this next week, which I know you do, I just want to see a spam of ones. So I just want you to spam one right now. That's it. Just spam that number.
Spam it.
You know why? Because I want to see it in the chat rate. So there's a graph that has a chat rate, which I just discovered, and it's like going like this, and I just want to see it go. Psst.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Sport.
You can do a lot of different things to get the chat like involved and excited. It actually does help.
Oh, damn. Over 100,000 people have already watched the stream. That's cool.
What?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a couple people.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's neat.
No,
I think this is one of the biggest Star Wars centric podcasts.
Yeah, probably on the planet. Yeah, and I think, man, I feel like Mando, like, people are just in to listen to Star Wars right now.
Well, we've always had these similar numbers. I've noticed since you and I have been doing the show, it's been pretty good, man. Like a lot of people really tune in. They seem very interested, and
yeah,
I'm excited. I think we could take this, huge. I think we could take this podcast to the next level and really,
hell yeah,
10,000 live viewers, and
oh yeah, we could
easily
crush and be reaching like millions of people every month. You know what I mean? Which would be like crazy. Because really, think about it. If you do 4 a month, you would need to average about like 200K or something to get towards a milli.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know of any Star Wars podcast or show or anything that's reaching, like, I think we might already have like some of the biggest numbers, but like, if you can imagine like taking it to that next level.
Right. I mean, a lot of it falls on the channel's size, I feel like.
Sure. Yep.
And that's not to be arrogant, but it does. I feel like if we were to do this on the gaming channel, I feel like it would be maybe we probably have 1,000 viewers or something like that. So, and the reason I say that is because I feel like as I keep pushing the channel, as I grow more, I feel like then we will also benefit. This show will also benefit. Yeah. So I would like to, I'm thinking, 10 million subs within the next 5 years would be nice.
Whoa.
5 to 10 years.
Huge. Well, because so that would put you at a level of because I think like right now you're obviously the biggest and you have like this incredible reach, and the thing that's really cool is like you also have a really cool core base. So like one of the things we did a stream the other day, like a community stream where I was having people just come on stream with me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people sort of were saying that like they just think that like our community and your community like work so well together.
Yeah.
Because we're all about like being respectful and being like very peaceful and like that. Yeah. So it's been cool that like your community, that's your most hardcore people, they live that truth.
Yeah.
And same thing with our people. And so it's been a really nice blending of just some cool nerds.
We could do the show on your channel sometimes too, just to like. I wasn't aware if your fans and your subs knew much about this show.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they're really engaged. Like they really like the show. We always talk about. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So like on stream.
So a lot of them are here then, I assume.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of their super chats. I just don't feel. I don't feel like it's my place to always be like, oh hey, that's one of my subscribers. You know what I mean? But
shit. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, okay.
We have a lot of. A lot of the Nerd Vengers are probably in here.
It spiked like crazy. That's so funny. You guys did well. You have done well, my young apprentices.
Yeah. So like this guy RG2088, he's a Nerd Venger.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, dude, like I said, I'd love to do a few of these, or even supplementary ones on your channel, and yeah,
Yeah,
pretty cool.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Bring
Yeah,
everyone
man.
over from here over there sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
make sure you check out Josh's channel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see Aaron in there. Yeah, I see you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Have you seen Rahul recite the prequels from memory? No, I haven't. Rahul's cool. I like him.
Yeah. It's funny, dude. He's so funny.
He's just a down-to-earth guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Rifle. Not Rifle. Rife. Grayson Rife. Bring on Rahul. We want Rahul on the show, lol. Where's this all
Would
coming
love
from now? What do you guys
Yeah,
think of this massive brain idea, HK-47 move? It's not Rex. He had his chip removed at the end of the Clone Wars in Rebels. He's an old man, so he was still accelerated.
Yeah, he was for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, is Rahul watching right now?
Hop on. I really want to.
Everyone go tweet Rahul right now and be like, yo, get on the show with Star Wars Theory and Josh from the Den of Nerds.
I would love to talk to him,
I'll
but I
just
feel like
DM
he's
him.
not going to be able to say anything to us. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I want to wait.
You think he's
until...
Ezra? You think he's trolling?
Dude, yes. And that's the thing. I'm not going to be able to like face him and like play along. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll try. Like, I'll be nice. I'm not going to be a dick face about it. But like, I'll just pretty much be like, okay, yeah, okay, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'd put him in an awkward situation because, like, I'm sorry, dog. Like,
Wait. Spoilers in the title, thanks. No, you don't get to say that. I made a video yesterday where I announced, and we all voted that Monday is the day, and also Star Wars themselves have been posting spoilers, have been revealing the episode, so you don't get to say that. I waited Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today's the day at night when I'm posting the spoilers, and you see all the other Star Wars channels that have posted all the spoilers in their titles and thumbnails, so you cannot come here and say that shit to me. Go over to their channel and give them shit. Don't say that to me. Don't even say that.
yeah.
Don't even try. All right?
Yeah, you freaking butthole.
Don't even try. Anyways.
Yeah, no, I know, because we talked about it before we went on.
Yeah,
it's super triggering.
No, triggered 100%. You don't get to say that shit.
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
Agreed.
Yeah. About to go to bed, and I saw you were streaming. This is the first one I've caught live. Can't say, but love what you do and everything you stand for and the positivity you spread. Catch you in the next one. Hey, we'll see you next week, man. Probably going to do some more, I think. Throughout the week, we should do some more. We should maybe do a little bit of...
No, we always
something.
we always want to, and we love making content together. I think that one, it's a little bit of the time zone, and two, I know we're both just busy. I mean, like, we both just have a lot going on. I mean, you're doing your animation stuff, you're doing your other channels. I stream every morning, and then
we're both
knocking
busy,
out videos and
both,
stuff.
Filling up our days with stuff. So I mean, we can figure it out.
We will figure it out. Yeah, it just might take time, whatever.
Not a big deal. Yeah. When, if Mark comes back, Rule of Nerds podcast. Yeah, I talked to Mark today actually on FaceTime. We're gonna play some COD maybe in a little bit. He's doing well, man. Yeah, he's chill.
That's good.
He's chilling.
That's good.
He's doing his thing. He's working hard. He's got a lot of projects going on. So
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
I meant to hit him up, and I'm gonna text him about the Star Wars Galaxy thing because he loves that game, dude.
Yeah, he's obsessed.
Yeah.
100%. Theory, Nerd Vengers love you. Is that our new name?
Yeah.
We need a logo. We need a logo.
No, I know. I got a guy working on it, actually. A brilliant graphic designer named Sly out of Canada. Nerd Vengers know Sly. He's the man. But what I was going to say, so for my channel members and stuff, like, we call them the Nerd Vengers. Cool. And, like, I stream out of Nerd Vengers Tower.
Cool.
And so it looks like the Avengers Tower, but with, like, an N or whatever. Yeah. And so, like, the Nerd Vengers is, like, our whole brand, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I don't know what I should call my
like,
my community.
You kind of have the thing going on with, like, your Mustafar base. You know what I mean? Like, where you come in and it's got like the thing like that. Yeah. So, like, I think you've got a very similar kind of thing going on. It's just more, Star Wars focused or emphasized or whatever.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Guys, please address or talk about the Force Unleashed rumors. I haven't heard anything about them.
And I've heard nothing to substantiate it. So I got nothing.
Yeah. Had to leave. Now I'm back. Ahsoka's going well. Start working on it. Cool. I'm glad it's going well. We just saw Theory turn to the dark side for a sec. No, you haven't. Bro, you haven't seen anything. You haven't seen me turn to the dark side.
You were on the path.
I get nasty, dude. I get just not good. Yeah, so it's a side I never want to get to because it's just not good for anybody. There's a few Star Wars channels that if they ever had the cojones to ever say anything to me, I'd open the floodgates.
We'd do like a nerd theory therapy session.
Yeah.
And we just have Theory on the couch, and I'd come in and just be like, okay, so this is what this person said. Now tell me, how do you feel? How does this make
It's been about 4.5 years of me watching certain channels talking a lot of smack and just saying absolutely nothing, and letting their So I just continue on my path. That's all.
Yeah.
But it does. I remember things, and it does raise a certain amount of. What's the word? I don't know. Frustration.
Yeah.
Resentment.
Yeah. You got some feelings, you got some thoughts.
Yeah. But always, you want to be professional. You don't want to, incite hate. You don't want to create drama. I just want to, focus on my projects and be successful and kill it with whatever I'm doing. So I try to just ignore all that stuff and let them say what they want, make their little jabs on Twitter or, in the comment sections and in their videos and stuff like that. But Josh knows all about it, but I just don't say anything. So that's probably the only time that I'd actually get very, very pissed off, because it's like 4.5 years of me just being quiet about stuff.
Yeah.
But as I said, I like to just do my thing and make it about Star Wars and not make it about drama or anything like that. So.
Well, and also it affords you this beautiful thing too, that like if it were ever to actually come up, you can fall back on the idea that you've just, in the sense for decorum, haven't made public any of these thoughts or opinions. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I have.
It puts you in a good spot if and when it ever was.
Yeah,
to be
people don't even
discussed.
know it exists, which is how I want it to be. So.
Right.
Also, do you think we're going to Mon Cala or Sorelia this season? Oh, Sorelia would be cool. I think we're going to Mon Cala.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Thanks for the passion. Thank you for watching, dude.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you so much. In Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 4, Episode 16, the armor Obi-Wan gets from the pawn shop, is that Mandalorian armor, and was it in the background of the Mando arc of Rebels?
Great thought. I don't know.
I gotta Google this right now.
I do think it's Mandalorian armor. Huh.
Because I don't remember the armor. Oh, the one where
it's like red, gray, kind of, right? Dude, he looks clean.
Yeah, where he looks like Malak.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think so, though.
Yeah. What is this?
Possible.
Yeah. Impossible.
Theory Nerdvengers. I'm down with it. Guys, please address or talk about with the Force Unleashed rumors. I keep scrolling up. I should scroll down. You should react to the Mickey skit on Nerdvenger Tower versus Josh bashing the sequels. It's hilarious. Oh, yeah, he told me about that.
Yeah.
I watch these streams every night. You guys should make this a daily, every other day type of thing. I love both of y'all's channels and content. I feel like once a week is like makes it more special.
Yeah, agreed. And like we would love to, and that's one of the things too, is like when I was thinking about the show tonight, I was like, just in general, like I'm excited to just talk to Theory about the episode, because we were going to.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, but we just hadn't talked about it.
Yeah, we couldn't link up.
Yeah, man. I mean, like it's a beautiful thing to have that actual magic where we actually just talk about
Just
it
vibe.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just chill.
yeah. So
Yeah. What do you think about in the chances Sam Witwer portrays Starkiller in live action? I'd love to see that.
Starkiller's too OP for. I mean, he's crazier than Ray, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's OP.
He'd make
It worked
Ray not look like a Mary Sue.
correct, and it worked for the game, but I just don't see how it could work in live action.
Especially with the sequels.
Right.
It
Yeah.
would just undermine a lot of the abilities and
Yeah, especially like depending on where you put him in the timeline, right? Because you anywhere you put that character in the timeline, he's the one.
yeah. Which I'd be fine with. I mean, I don't care. But
Yeah, as long as it's away from other, you know what I mean? Like you can't put him.
it's got to be very separate, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't
gotta-
he can't be, you know, he can't overshadow Anakin, but also we didn't see Anakin, but you know, then you got Vader and it's like it's got to be like the game.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I mean that's tough.
Yeah, maybe down the line, you know, and that sort of begs the question. I would love if we had a character on the level of Starkiller. It would be interesting if they were not all there in the head. Maybe they're a little bit damaged. They're capable of crazy force abilities,
Yeah.
but like they can't function normally, right?
Yeah.
So like a weapon, like a kid, like almost like an autistic child or something.
Yeah.
That you can't quite control. A lot like the kid from Looper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What?
The
I don't
kid
remember.
in Looper. Yeah, in Looper, there's this kid that becomes the all-powerful thing, and the whole thing in the movie at the end is when Joseph Gordon-Levitt kills himself so that he doesn't allow the kid to become evil or whatever. But yeah, like that would be kind of interesting because there needs to be, like, in order for the characters to work with a character like that, like you would need some flaws, you know?
Right. Yeah, Ryan Johnson's all about characters killing themselves.
True.
Jesus.
A little bit.
Check out the movie battles 2 for Jedi Academy. You should call us the Theory Republic or something. Theorempire.
There you go.
Theory's opening reminds me of Dr. Disrespect's opening. Instead of a Lambo, he has a fighter. Doc, Theory, and Den are the best. I can see Doc liking Star Wars. Yeah, I can see him liking Star Wars too.
Oh, he likes Star Wars, yeah. I don't think he really liked the sequel trilogy, though, but he likes Star Wars.
It's okay. Did you see the animation I made the other day?
Oh, I haven't seen it. I saw that you did it,
Yeah.
but I haven't been able to,
So a lot of
fully watch it.
So sequel fans right now are eating their words because when I released the trailer, they were like, "You're dividing the fandom." It's like it actually paints the sequel fans as the popular, cool ones, and prequel fans not so much. Even though I am a prequel fan, so it's
So they
don't assume, don't assume
Yeah.
things so much.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh well. I thought it was funny. Just a fun little project. Do you think there's a possibility of it being Cody due to the scars? It fits. Just a thought. Anyways, love your channel, and you bring the kid out of me. Oh, that's nice to hear. Thanks, CJ.
Yeah, just
I don't
just
think it's Cody. I'm pretty sure it's
Boba.
Boba,
Like,
dude. It's
like
it's Boba.
it's Boba. Like,
100%. Like there's
everyone's
no.
trying to do like this mental gymnastics.
It's
to make
Rex.
Yeah, like and all this stuff. It's like I get it, but like, come on, y'all. When Screen Rant is doing articles about Boba being in the, I mean, come on, just do a little quick math and just consider, you know.
Screen Rant.
Yo.
All right, I think we're gonna cap this one.
Cool, man.
Which would you
Cool.
rather in Star Wars land, the George Lucas theme park or a redo of the sequel trilogy? I want a George Lucas theme park.
Dude, George Lucas theme park would be great. He's
Yeah.
working on that museum though. That's gonna be dope when he gets that thing done.
$4 billion.
we should go, dude.
We should, yeah. Yeah, with COVID, we'll see how that works.
We'll just wear Boba Fett masks.
And I gotta fly down to America.
True, yeah. Well, let's give it a couple of months. Let's
A
just
couple years. Give it a couple
yeah,
decades.
right? Yeah, exactly, right? We'll be old
It's like
men.
Blade Runner, man. The world's like
I
Blade
know,
Runner right now.
I know.
The
Just gotta make
Gamer.com
Just got to make it through this next 6 to 8 months. That's all.
Yeah, has record about third game being in early development. Rumor comes from Daniel Richman. It says that the game will continue the story and will start 10 years after the end of the second game. What the hell?
Well, if it comes from Daniel Richtman, he's a pretty reliable insider, but I'd have to look into it a little bit more because, I can't necessarily just trust the word of somebody in a chat saying that it comes from Daniel.
Who is this? Who's Daniel?
He's just an insider. He's a scooper. He has a podcast. He has a little website. But the thing is, his track record is pretty incredible.
Solid. Nice.
Very solid.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Where do these guys get this info from? This insider scoop from? I don't get diddly squat.
Dude. Honestly,
I get stuff, but I don't get
right. But if you talked a little bit more about it, people would find you. Like some of my best sources are literally just people that found me.
Yeah.
And they were like, look, I want to tell you about this thing because I know you'll report it properly or whatever. And then you'll learn
maybe they think I just won't report it properly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got some good it's interesting because I have legit sources and then I have people that send me fake stuff, right? And then I'll take the fake stuff and then I'll run that through my real people. And then I'm like, okay, this person is obviously just trying to troll and they don't really know.
I get a lot of trolls. I think I'm just really good now at weeding out filtering out the trolls. I know you're full of BS.
But there's great the thing is there's great reporters and all you have to do is look at the consensus of the peers. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do is just okay, if you have 5 different scoopers that are really reliable and 4 out of 5 of them are saying that this thing is happening, it's probably happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's all you really got to do.
True. Okay, Dylan says Rey Skywalker is an okay character. Change my mind. No, I won't change your mind, man. If you believe that that's cool.
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah. I don't think Rey Skywalker is an okay character. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay is a funny word, right?
And it's okay to have different opinions. So.
Yeah. I think she's okay.
I feel like I'm a elementary school teacher. It's okay to have different opinions, everyone. It's all right. You can still be friends. You can still be okay.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to wrap this one up, guys. This is our longest episode, 3 hours. Should we go 6 minutes? Make it an official 3 hours?
Let's go 6 more minutes. Let's do it, man.
All right, let's go 6 more minutes.
Get it.
6 more minutes. At 6 minutes, I'm capping it. And that's it.
Beautiful.
It's over. It's over.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you this since we got 6 minutes. What do you think about Luke being in Mando? No rumors, no suggestions, no reporting on it whatsoever. But it could happen.
I'm down with it.
Do you want to see it? Yeah.
Yes.
What kind of a role? What do you think? What would you want?
He's the one that tells Mando who Baby Yoda comes from and his...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be dope.
Yeah.
And
really cool.
Would you be down if it was Sebastian Stan?
Yeah, I'd be down.
Because, I think he'd be
But
great.
with Mark Hamill's voice.
Interesting.
They'd have to ADR it.
Yeah. Or just grab lines from the old stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, Sebastian, why don't they just do Mark Hamill but DH him?
I mean, they could, but how good is that de-aging? No offense to Mark, but he is up there, bro.
It's good, bro.
Yeah.
He's
it is
what?
pretty
He's
good.
only, 60?
Yeah, but he hasn't exactly taken care of himself. He doesn't look, you know what I mean?
He's not on Harrison's level.
No, he's not. He's like the in-between Harrison and Carrie. Carrie was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? And she just went nuts. And Harrison takes pretty good care of his body. Yeah. He's kind of the in-between.
I didn't think Carrie looked too bad.
Oh, no, she looked great. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But she had a couple things in her blood when she passed. A couple substances at least.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. She was a heavy drug user. If you've ever read any of her books, she's very candid about her partying. She partied hard, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, like
I didn't read her
real.
book. I didn't read into.
Yeah,
From
she
what I heard
went.
was she went on the plane and the pressure was it did something to her heart or something like that, and
Hmm. Yeah,
that's what I heard.
she had a ton of stuff in her system from what I remember. But even like beyond that, like when she was in her prime, like when she was younger, she was going crazy, dude.
You read her book?
Yeah, I haven't read like the whole thing, but yeah, she wrote a great book about it. She talks about the affair she had with Harrison Ford when she was 19.
Wow,
Yeah, and he was like 32.
wow.
Oh yeah, she got it
What's her
in.
book called?
What is her book called? It has such a great title too. It's such a Carrie title.
It's probably got to be something like Princess Diaries or something like that.
There's one called The Princess Diarist, but I don't think it's written by her actually. She has the one Carrie Fisher, The Memoirs. Books by Carrie Fisher. Let's see here. Carrie Fisher, Shockaholic, Wishful Drinking, The Best Awful.
These are all her books?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She wrote a lot. Which one's the one?
I didn't know
think
this,
it's-
dude.
Yeah, I think it was the print. I think it was
Let
the
me
Princess
see this.
Diaries.
It's actually called Princess Diaries?
Yeah, well, yeah, the Princess Diarist, I think is what it's called.
Oh.
And this one was done in.
Let me see. Carrie Fisher
Say a blockbuster.
book.
Let's see here.
The Princess Diarist. Oh,
Yeah, I think that's the one where she really gets into a lot of this stuff. She had a brief affair. Yeah, this is the one where she talks about the brief affair with the older and married co-star Harrison Ford. Juxtaposition between her narration of contemporary writing and the voice of her daughter. Fisher, with her smoky, husky voice, sounds like a tough-as-nails seasoned survivor who doesn't take her past romance and heartache seriously.
Dude, I had no clue about any of this. I didn't read into her actual personal life, really.
Yeah, she was wild, but she like that was her attitude and her energy. She was very free. She was a lot like Hunter S. Thompson, you know, just kind of doing shit your own terms, you know, self-medicating, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you know, yeah, it was tragic. She passed, but she went out probably the way she'd prefer to go out. Buzzing hard, you know?
I see. Well,
Yes.
Dylan says, following up on what he said about Ray, she's okay with the potential to be written well. Well, I think everyone has the potential to be written well. But, you know, that doesn't mean that they're written well. I think Luke had the potential to be written poorly. I think, you know, Anakin had potential to be written poorly as well. But Ahsoka had potential to be written poorly, but they were all written great. So it just comes down to the writing. That's really all it is. It's not about Rey, the name or the person or, you know, the actress. It's about the writer.
Yep.
Yeah. Who creates this character.
Agreed.
Guest hosts fans on podcast possibly soon. Maybe.
Yeah, figure something like that out.
When Sidious was chanting in season 6, he said "Suka." What the?
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Theory. Josh has a members only business stream on Sundays. Here's your fee to become a nerd venger. Stop by sometime and get schooled by the self-proclaimed potion master in a goblin movie. What the hell's this?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, I do a business stream every Sunday for the higher tier members. So we have like a $10 a month membership tier where I talk about like the business of the channel, business around the world. Like I'm really fascinated with economics, so I talk a lot about the business side of YouTube, but also like just the craziness, dude. Like the whole world's changing right now. It's very, very, very interesting.
Yeah. That's cool. I should do something like that.
I think he's just being I
funny?
like Jonathan though. He's a nerd venger. He's a good dude. But yeah, he's just kind of clowning or whatever.
Jordan says, not pretending to have any info on the future of Mando, but in theory, what would you guys think of a tie-in crossover between Mando series and Obi-Wan show? What would you want to see if that happened? Yeah, I'd be down for that. I think that would be a little bit like the cinematic universe, like Marvel Cinematic, but it'd be like Star Wars.
Yeah.
So SWCU.
Yes. That'd be
What I'd
great.
want to see is, well, we know it takes place a lot after Kenobi, Mando does, so we could see a lot of remnants of Kenobi's things that he's done or whatever throughout Tatooine, because that's, for what we know, is the only place that he can really be. Who knows if he actually left or not, which I don't think he did. But he could always get a babysitter to watch over Luke, someone that he trusts, maybe Ahsoka.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity for little things like that. And I do think that we'll get more of them now than we would have before. And, it's one of those like silver lining things where, the sequels, they obviously had their problems, but it could lead us to a place now where like Star Wars might end up being super solid from here on out, because
I hope so. Yeah.
the studio looked at what happened and they were like, no.
Look, that
You
was
know what I
really
mean?
one of the only things. Like, the sequels are really the only thing that really divided the fandom. I mean, everything else has been led by proper leadership regarding Rogue One.
Yeah.
Solo, I thought, was okay. I don't know why everyone hates Solo. Like, honestly, it's about Han Solo. He's a cool character, but he's not Star Wars. He's not the epitome of what Star Wars is, which is Darth Vader, which is Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, the Force. It's Han Solo, bro. Like, him as a young guy. Like, whatever.
For sure.
Cool. Like, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna be, heartbroken if, they make Han Solo cut himself off from being a smuggler and I don't know, drinking teat milk.
True. Yeah, there's not as much weight there because he's not the protagonist of the whole freaking story.
Right. And it's like, it's I'm not as heavily invested as him as I am, the main characters I grew up with and looked up to, and all that. So
yeah.
Erebesh and hologram in episode 6 opening crawl. What? Episode 6 what? Return of the Jedi? Or Mando?
What about the opening crawl? What's he saying?
He said Erebesh in hologram.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah. The film postcards from The Edge is about Carrie. The film postcards from The Edge is about Carrie. What does that mean?
Wait, I'm sorry. What did he say?
The film postcards from The Edge is about Carrie. I've never seen that film.
Yeah, me neither. But I know that I've heard that there's like film depictions of her, and she was in a show too. She was working on a show towards the end of her life, and there was a few scenes where people thought she was talking about like real stuff from her life and stuff like that. So
we need Hunter S. Thompson-esque characters in Star Wars. Do you think the pod racer engine you see in the Mando was the one of Annie's or just one of the same type? Though I was Annie's.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Annie's. 100%. All right, homies and homettes. I love you all. I hope I didn't miss any. The longest podcast we've done here on the channel. 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 11 seconds.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. That's
Okay.
right.
It's cool. I'll catch you guys in a video tomorrow. Go sub to Josh's channel, Den of Nerds. We will see you next week for The Mandalorian. Actually, we might even before that, we'll do like a little reaction, or we'll just leave it for Monday.
Yeah,
for
or we'll
episode
do
2.
something. Like we could have done something if I didn't like totally check out over the weekend.
It's all good, man.
Yeah. But we could have done something, and maybe we will. But either way, you guys will get Nerd Theory, and we will go in.
We'll kill it. Yeah. And we're gonna come up with some logos and stuff for all you. We gotta come up with a name for our nerd theorists.
Yeah, true. Like the acolytes of some shit.
Maybe just nerd theorists.
Nerd theorists.
Yeah. So we're gonna come up with a logo, slap it on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Make millions and millions of dollars.
Yes.
No,
and then we'll buy all the lightsabers there are
in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
We'll go buy the 2 off of that guy and just be like, now you've got none.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Super chats next week. Yeah, I just bought the Star Killer lightsaber, but I got 8 of them.
Yeah, I got 8 of them now, and I'm doing the Grievous thing. Yeah.
I also got these arms implanted. So.
Right.
All right, we're out. We love you guys. We hope you had fun. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next week. Catch you later.
See you guys.